Okay. Alright, we should be live here now. I apologize for how late this stream is. We had some serious technical difficulties on my back end as far as I did not have enough recording space and had to wait for some files to upload and edit, and it was a bit of a mess this morning because a whole bunch of things changed in my plans. Alright, well, hopefully people start showing up here soon. But yes, 40 minutes late or 45 minutes late is not ideal. Definitely not ideal, so we'll sit through this and wait for a few minutes. We got a few people in. Welcome to whoever is in the stream here. Yeah, just had, like I was saying just before, we had some technical difficulties on my end. I had to do a bunch of editing and storage clear up before I could actually record this episode today, so that has been the case. That's what we're dealing with, but yeah, it was supposed to be at 3. Exactly. So it was supposed to be at 3 o'clock, and then I had this, like, this whole day has just kind of gone sideways on me from what I was expecting. So that's kind of what stemmed, or what has created all of this, stemmed from that rearrangement of schedule really at the last minute. It's that I was supposed to go out and do a whole bunch of yard work and clean up and stuff, and it's just been pouring rain today, so that kind of, threw a wrench in my plans, but that is what it is. So I'm glad you're in, Braden. We'll see if more people join the stream here in just a minute. But yeah, it's we're on to episode 7 here, so we will probably get rolling here in just a few minutes once we actually have a few more people in that are planning on watching the stream. So right now, player morale is definitely an issue. As you can see with our top guys, like obviously Vasilyev's disengaged. But apart from that, the rest of the guys seem to be doing okay. But there are a lot of disgruntled guys and disengaged guys further down the lineup, which makes sense. Lemaire, welcome. Needed a boredom breaker. Awesome. I'm glad you could join the stream. Apologies for the just complete inaccuracy on time for when the stream was going to happen today. That just was not accurate at all. So, all right. Let's see how many more people we got in here. To 3 concurrent viewers. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Just waiting for a few more people here. So. How's your guys' days going so far? Lemaire, obviously you're at work. That's fair. Like that's it's a Wednesday morning, so probably not a whole lot to do as far as work goes, but we will take it. Gotta get that money, even if it's boring. Money's still money. So, but yeah, we got some really solid kind of spread on our team overall here, and then we're adding like 3 really good looking defensemen, or 2 really good looking defensemen into the team, as well as one what's likely to be one more very high end center here at some point with Raimo Timonen. Yeah, it's gonna be Rangers game's gonna be a fun one tonight. I think this is gonna give us kind of a good overview of how the series is gonna go based on how tonight goes. But we'll have to wait and see. Like, obviously, after I watched game one with Edmonton, Vancouver, and Vancouver came back, I went, oh man, Vancouver's just going to be this team that comes back and wins games that they probably don't deserve to win necessarily. And then, yeah, Edmonton was finally able, by game six, was finally kind of able to figure out their formula for what works when they're winning. And, yeah, we'll see if teams... I mean, the Rangers have been great for executing the winning strategy up to this point. Only losing, 2 games, So yeah, that should be interesting for sure, because I honestly don't know who's going to win either of these upcoming series. It's just so close and such high skilled play. So we'll have to wait and see. Chief Dave saying, "Let's go Rangers." Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Rangers in the finals. Like, the Panthers made it last year; they had their chance. But yeah. All right. I think we're gonna get rolling here now. Yeah, okay, we got 5-6 viewers. That's enough for me. So let's get recording here. Cue the recording. Oops, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so we got the recording rolling now, and I'm gonna start talking through this, and we'll get into the episode. So 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 13, or what is episode number 7 of the live stream series of this NHL 24 Draft to Glory franchise mode here with the Newfoundland Growlers. Today we are going to be getting through the 2028-29 season, seeing if the Growlers make any improvements, if they continue to be one of the worst teams in the league, and just how all of that plays out. So if you guys do enjoy this episode, make sure to show your support down below with the like, subscription, notification bell, and of course leave comments. But today we are just trying to build on last season. That's kind of the main thing, and we're going to be getting right through that whole 28-29 season, and then we'll go from there. But first we got to actually sim up to the 28-29 season. Wenberg to win a cup. Okay, interesting. We were chatting about all the teams left in the playoffs right now. We get Ethan Belchetz to sign his contract extension, which was actually a very solid contract extension in my opinion. I think we got him at $6.6 million, so that is an absolute steal based on where he's going to be playing, what kind of roles we're going to utilize him in. And yeah, that was a big trade for us. So, or a big sign-in for us. We don't make trades. All right. As much as I would love a Caden Gooley, we cannot take him. As much as I would love a second-round pick from San Jose, we cannot take that trade. And the Penguins are trying to cap dump on us so hard, and it's hilarious. Alright, so we should almost be into the next season here now. I cannot believe how many trade offers we're getting. I'm going to have to go clear my block if this continues. Yeah, okay, we're going to do that because this is genuinely getting annoying now at this point. Oh my goodness. Stop. So many trade offers. Alright, and heading into this next season, we have sold 28% of our tickets. Really not good by any means, but yeah, obviously we did not earn the right profit that we were expecting. And all right, here's our owner goals for this year. Not a whole lot. We're still a conservative seller. Yeah, nothing super special or crazy there. But let's go to the lines, see how they look this year, if there's any difference, any growth. And alright, looks like it's mainly just going to be growth from our top end guys, really. Like Belchet's hitting 87, so he's looking really solid now. Misa's 86. Healy and Tuzolino didn't really grow, except Tuzolino did get Tuzolino got It's Tricky and Skilled up, so very high skilled two-way forward there. So an interesting player for that position for sure. But yeah, that $3.15 million contract, like we have got a crazy good deal on our hands there for an elite player that is 87 rated. So that's probably likely going to be how we set up our team this year. The only difference is probably going to move Carconi there. And that's pretty much it. And you know what? I am thinking that maybe this is the year. Ooh, DuPont's 82 rated. Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. But yeah, I am thinking that maybe this is the year that we look to try and either do a coaching change, or maybe we look to also switch the captaincy. So give, what's his name? Give Oleg Vasiliev the captaincy, as he is our highest rated player and our first ever draft pick and all those things. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is the year to switch over? Just turn off trade notifications. Yeah, I thought about it, but yeah, no, we don't do it just because we like to see what the AI is kind of going through and thinking still. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think we give Vasiliev the captaincy this year? I think that wouldn't be a bad idea by any stretch. But at the same time, I don't know if he's entirely ready for that. He's probably close. But yeah, I feel like if we actually put the right coaching strategy, yeah, give Vasiliev the captaincy. All right, so we are going to do that this year. Marchessault will maintain an A for now. I think that's fair. But yeah, we're going to do the captaincy switch there. Levshinov will hold the other alternate captaincy. And then we're going to go number 52 for Holloway, our newest acquisition out of the draft. Of course, Landon DuPont is going to be a fun one to watch. We're going to have to keep an eye on him too, see how he performs. But we have a ton of left-wing players and then very few centers and other positions like that. So, all right, that is the NHL team. So we have actually made the captaincy switch finally this year. Timonen is up to a 79 overall as just a 20-year-old, so that's going to be good. It's going to help out our team a lot based on how well he performs. And Järvinen still, he's holding that top 6 potential. He is only 22, but like just no growth from him, unfortunately. It's been a little bit frustrating, if I'm being honest. And then this year we have to go Sanchez in as the backup because he is just 20 now. He is 70 rated, so solid rating there. We're going to see if he can continue to grow and develop. I am going to try... Ooh, maybe that doesn't quite work. Maybe we go like that, honestly, because Pentikainen was actually really good last year. He doubled his point production over the same amount of games. So yeah, we're going to throw him there. And then we'll go with Timonen on the second line for now, but... Let's see. I am also looking to probably do some kind of other lineup move here that gets us Cody Sweat. I always mess up his name, but that gets Cody Sweat into the lineup. Same with Noel Millman. We want those two guys playing for sure. So yeah, let's put Sweat in on that bottom pair. He should get ice time with that. And then Darren Radish is way down from where he used to be. And that's okay. That's kind of expected. But if we go Mackey and Stamkos, that could work well. Actually, let's go Georges and Stamkos. And then Mackey and Carlisle. And then we'll do Radish out, Millman in. I think that's fair. Perfect. Okay. So that looks really good. And then, of course, our goalies are set already. We got Ryan Fanti and, of course, Caden Sanchez. And I think that's all we really need to do here. The rest of these guys, like the low 6 guys, just they're not going to grow. It's pretty much guaranteed at this point. Arvidsson is in. He's 71 rated at 21 years old now, which is about as good as I was expecting. But yeah, we'll keep him on the bottom line too there for now, and then see if he can work his way up over the regular season here. So that's our team. The power play unit is just horrible, but that's okay. kind of what we were expecting, if I'm being honest. Like, the team just really does not have a whole lot of, like, super high skilled scoring forwards down here. It's really a lot more of power forwards, two-way forwards, guys that aren't really set up to actually score in any way. So yeah, we'll go like that. All right, a -1 is about as good as we're gonna get on the unit. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about the AHL lineup too much. As far as captaincy goes, Brazeau should be the captain still down here. Instead, they've named Tyler Johnson the captain. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so there we go. We got Mackey, Brazeau, and Lomberg, and I think that's good. I don't know if it'll help with growth or team morale, but it would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense because if you look at it, Artyom Levshinov is the guy with the leadership trait on here. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong side. Okay, so Levshinov and Kuzmenko both have the leadership trait. The rest of the guys don't. I still have the tendency to give my captaincy out to the best player rather than the top leader, but we do have Levshinov as an alternate captain, so I think that's still okay. It's just not the best setup ever. So now that we are done with the lineup, we can go into the scouting, and we'll see how the scout dispersion looks this year, because last year it was kind of all over the place, if I'm being honest. Actually, you know what? First off, let's go look at the draft class, just a blind look here, and see what we're really dealing with this year at the top end of the draft. And there's a right D-man this year in Kenny Camilleri. Interesting name. Andrei Grachev might be good. If he's a sniper, then we'd definitely be interested in him. Grant Cunningham is another right D. Ramo Niskala as a big center. And then Zachariah Wyman as a decent-sized center. So that's what we're looking at for the draft this year. I am wondering, where is the best goalie in the league? Also, this guy is probably going to be low elite, so we'll keep an eye on him because that scouting report is probably not correct at this point. But where's the best goalie? At 71, Kenneth Busenius. Not great. I was really hoping there might be a better high-end kind of goalie that we might be able to grab this year, but we'll see. Maybe That's all good, Vendetta. We just started, really. The stream started at 9:45 because I had some technical difficulties, so glad you were able to make it in. That's actually really funny that you were watching 3 hours worth of the history of Bloons Tower Defense, but yeah, we're really just getting started with this stream. We've just started scouting really here, so might need one more Russian scout this year. That might be the case, so we'll keep an eye on that. See how our Liga scout does this year. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Bloons Tower Defense is a goated game. I agree with that, Lemaire. Such a fun game. All right, Liga looks good this year. Beautiful. All right, so we got that all scouted. Let's see how our SHL scouts are looking. You know what? If we're seeing hundreds already, then there's a good chance that we get this all scouted with one scout. Oh yeah, okay, so we only really need one scout there. So maybe we look to relocate. Yeah, you know what? Let's relocate Ramo to Russia this year. That way we don't have to fire a scout, and he keeps an A rating, which is good. And then he's scouting the back end there. So there's a bunch of Ovechkins coming through here over the last few years. Like, we've seen a bunch more Ovechkins get drafted and scouted. So 15 million views on a 2.5 hour long video. That's crazy. That is absolutely awesome. Awesome, but crazy. All right. As we continue on with the scouting, we're not going to need a lot of scouting in this region. That is okay. Of course, it's Extra Liga, so not really a whole lot of top players there. But we'll still do our due diligence. Anyways, I just absolutely fumbling my words this morning, but that is okay. All right. Hopefully the U.S. leagues aren't too stacked this year. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, so that should be fine. Sometimes the Central just gets so overly saturated with prospects. Like, yeah, look at this. 1, 5, 8, 12, 29. 5 prospects in the first round. Like, that is actually crazy. And yeah, we might need one more scout in there. I know those late round U.S. picks can sometimes be really good, so might not hurt to have one more guy in the U.S. Central, but we'll see how the rest of the scouting goes before we actually make that move. And all right, for the Q this year, there's going to be a lot of prospects again. All right, that's all good. We'll make it work. All right, 128. You know what, we don't need this third Q scout. So I do wonder, do any of our Q scouts... Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay, Kaylee Lowry is an A+ in the U.S. Central. That is awesome. That's exactly what we wanted, so might as well do that one. Because the Central seems to have the most prospects this year. What am I doing? I know Hendricks was the last guy. Oh, so much Lemaire. I got to make a whole video on it. One of my favorite things that I would like to do or like to see would be retiring jersey numbers. I don't know why we can't do that yet. We can have a toggle switch to turn on and off if historic retired jersey numbers are on or off. Like, why can't we retire more jerseys then, right? Like, if you have a guy that plays for your team for a decade, puts up 700-800 points, wouldn't you want to retire his number and then not let anybody else wear that? Like, you would think so, right? So that's one that I can just think of right off the top of my head. It's really just a lot of what Hockey Legacy Manager does. So, like, having a draft review screen where you can see every single player's rating and potential and like things like that. Like, just adding that little bit of extra immersion so you can go back and actually check on all the stats and data and things like that and be like, okay, who's the top scoring player out of this year's draft or like whatever year's draft? Go back, look at the draft class, right? Like things like that. I would love to see some kind of implementation of that because that really wouldn't take EA a whole lot of time. It might might ever so slightly slow down the game, but it would be worth it because then you could actually like compare and contrast draft classes from year to year. All right, so we're going to keep 3 WHL and 3 OHL scouts, which I think is the right move. And all right, so we'll just finish this up. And we're ready to rock and roll now that we're done in round 1 of the scouting here. So let's get to it. What kind of record are you guys predicting this season for our team? I'm going to say we win 30 games this year. I think having the actual defense on the back end is going to make a pretty stark difference, but at the same time, it's also just still not going to be enough. So, yeah, what are you guys predicting this year? What are you guys predicting this year for our record? I really don't know how this team's going to play. And, all right, Zamula's good. We're up to the second. We're 4-1-0 in preseason, so that is different. Levshinov, 7 assists in 5 games. Alrighty then. I wouldn't take preseason. Levshinov broke his point total last year. I think he had 59. Yeah, Levshov had 59 points last year, so a slight step up from the season prior, which is still just an amazing year overall for him. We're paying him only $7.625 million for the next 8 seasons, so I cannot complain about how that went. It's very, very good. And all right, we're back to scouting because this is how half of the regular season recording actually goes, which is okay. You know, that's the whole point of Draft to Glory, is the tediousness of the scouting, which then later gets us absolute awesome prospects. Absolutely awesome prospects. I cannot speak today, again, as I've said. Alright, we'll get a ton of scouting done. Beautiful. Okay, work with me here. Perfect. Okay. Huh. We don't even really need that other Liga Scout rolling at the moment, at least. But we will get them rolling a little bit later on. We need more potential comparisons and stuff like that. 69 points for Levshinov, 37 wins. All right, that's not a bad prediction. Like, again, I think having actual defensemen this year is going to make a big difference. Not that we didn't have actual defensemen before, we just had very disgruntled defensemen before, and having the new younger guys in two elite guys of Levshinov and Holloway, and then having the franchise guy in what's his name, Landon DuPont as well. Like, I think that is going to significantly change this team's complexion. I am realizing now that I didn't actually do the power play setup and stuff, so we will get on that in just a moment here, because we are going to want DuPont on one power play, Levshinov on the other, make sure that that's actually dispersed properly. He's being scouted already now. Yeah, he is. So yeah, I think if we get that set up and going, then we should be fine. As far as this team will be able to win more games. But yeah, interesting predictions. I like to see what you guys are thinking. I feel like I'm just going to say 30 on the dot. I don't think we win more than 10 games difference with the defense still, just because like we don't have the depth still. That's kind of the main thing on this team that we're just slowly progressing and developing towards. And then once we have that depth, then all of a sudden this team's just going to be way better. He's been getting, like, we've been playing him first power play. Yeah. Levshinov did get that franchise potential. It's just more so a matter of if he holds it or not, or if he does drop to low elite, like Peaceful was saying yesterday. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, because I genuinely don't know what's going to happen with that. So, all right, we get our Q scouts done. Now the O. Yeah, we're gonna play him top line power play, but I kind of just get the feeling that he didn't have a great defensive partner last year, so having Holloway this year is going to make a big difference. And then I personally think DuPont's going to be good enough to play on his own pairing for now, and then we'll slot one of those other guys that we've drafted into that left D spot to play alongside him, and eventually, actually, it'll probably be Holloway and DuPont eventually, and then Levshinov will be our like second pairing right D, which I just get the feeling that's going to be how it plays out, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think DuPont does actually have the right potential to become a 95 plus overall. Watching 3 different GM modes. Yeah, that's all good. That's totally understandable. But yeah, no, we've been playing Levchinov a lot on the first power play, so it's more so a matter of does he actually just get rolling on 5-on-5 this year. I think that's more so what it's going to be. All right, up to there. Not bad, not bad. Okay. So now we actually get to start the regular season, which is the best part, because that's really where I genuinely enjoy how good or bad our team's going to be. And yeah, last year our team actually looked significantly better than in previous years, and we actually performed worse, which was hilarious. Like, if I'm looking at my overview sheet here, we had 95 offense, 84 defense, 78 goaltending, which turned out to be like our best goaltending that we've had since year one, and like actually it was our worst defense we've had since year one, so maybe that made a difference. But yeah, the Edmonton Oilers were able to win the Stanley Cup, ending the cup drought there that we had. But yeah, of course, we had back-to-back round 4 knockouts or final losses to other AHL teams. So that was a little bit tough to watch, but at the same time, you know, we lost to some good teams. We were right there with our AHL team. So yeah, we'll see what happens this year. But now that we're done round 2 of scouting, we can actually simulate up to the regular season, see how the team performs for this last little bit, and it should be fun. So yeah, if Levchinov continues to perform, then it's gonna be a fun season. But I am thinking maybe we go and just explore the coaching options this year too, see what's actually available. But yeah, I definitely needed to look at the power play first here. So yeah, we will go Misa as the guy in front, and then Belchet's on that wing. Yeah, that should be fine. It's essentially just our first unit, but the only difference is that we'll put Holloway here. That keeps it at a +5 still, and then it gets a right D and left D on opposite handedness. And then Holloway's here, and we're going to actually swap him for DuPont. And then I don't know how this power play isn't better. It should be better. Who doesn't fit? Is it Kuzmenko? Or it's DuPont. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So for whatever reason, Landon DuPont doesn't fit. And like 2 of these guys have It's Tricky, which also doesn't really help if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, we'll make it work. I think this power play will be okay still. It's just more so a matter of, can we find a fully green barred? Like, does Zamula fit there? He does. He's better. But we can try DuPont on the 4-on-4. That should be okay. And then instead of Kuzmenko, we'll go to Zelino. Yeah, we'll go to Zelino. Or was Healy? Oh, we're missing Healy too. Okay, well, you know what? We'll make it work. It's going to be okay. So that's what we're going to do for power plays. I'm not so worried about penalty kills because they should be all right. Yeah, they don't look bad by any means. Like, our PKs have definitely been worse in the past. I just don't know if I entirely agree with Vasiliev being on there because he is a little bit small, but you know what? We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I'm not super concerned this season, but into the future it is going to be something we do pay a little bit more attention to. This year I'm also thinking actually Tuzolino's super high skilled, so that should be fine. And then we'll go Misa, and then instead of Teravainen, I'm thinking DuPont. So let's see what are his puck skills. They're 5-star, so yeah, he's gonna be good. Like, I am really excited for Landon DuPont this year, just to see what he can actually do. Also, is Delmore 79 rated? No, he's 77. Okay, I was like, if we got a 79 rated Delmore down there, that would be fun. But yeah, he's not quite ready to be our starter yet. He's close. He's very close. So let's go and just see what kind of coaches and scheme fits we've got that would be a better fit than what we currently have. This guy's 54% fit, which is not entirely accurate for what we need. This one would be better. 62 is actually quite good. But he doesn't have amazing teaching or anything like that. And again, these guys are like B-ish rating, but we want a setup that's similar to Giroux's, just like that. That is the setup we want. Corso gets a 69% rating there. So maybe we hire him for $1 million. Like, we wouldn't quite have the money, but we'd be close if we fired off our head coach. But yeah, Corso is definitely the system fit that we want to use, because I get that, certain players like Tuzolino don't fit it perfectly, or Teravainen or Misa, but like the defense fits it perfectly, at least for the top 4. So goodness gracious, my stomach's just making a ton of noise. So what do you guys think? Did we fire the head coach this year? Do I ever do that? I would in the past. I would try to do complementing X factors, but at the same time, I just haven't been touching them really. So we're gonna pop this guy up to 1.16 million, hire him on as an associate for now, and then we are gonna fire off one of our other coaches. Does Oleg get over 100 shots this year? That's a great question. I don't know. I really don't know what to think on that, if that is going to happen or not. But let's fire off this guy for now. Demote this guy to an assistant. And then go inflate the coaching budget just a little bit, because then we should have enough money to sign him. Or it'll be very close if we don't. Okay, that should be better. All right, let's give that a try. Yeah, because we do have a lot of It's Tricky, if I'm being honest. Like, we have so much of that one X Factor this year. I don't know why, but we do. So yeah, that is actually not a horrible comment there. But this year, you guys can't see it because my face is in the way. There we go. 71 offense, 70 defense, and 65 goaltending will be our AHL ratings. So nothing special, really. It's a pretty meh AHL team, if I'm being honest, but that is okay, because they can't all be amazing. And alright, for NHL ratings this year, yes, I know we're going to have to simulate, and what do we do? 96, I don't even need my face cam off for this one. Boop, there we go. Okay, so we've got 96 offense, 84 defense, 79 goaltending. Not a bad team. Nothing special or super crazy, but the offense has yet again gotten a little bit better. And honestly, like, we have a lot of good players. Like, if we could just kind of get rolling and start winning, then I think it would be a very, very different team complexion, if I'm being honest. So, but yeah, we'll have to see how the sim goes this year. Obviously, we're in year 6 now. The team is starting to kind of actually progress, starting to get a little bit better, and soon enough we are going to see the Growlers in action. But at this point in time, we're not quite there yet. All right, so let's see how we start off this year. I am actually, just before we go, I'm going to say, let's take one more look at the draft class, see if all the playstyles came in, and Grachev is a sniper. That makes everything a lot more difficult, because we do want a sniper this year, preferably. That would be the best option for us over, two-way forwards, power forwards, offensive D, anything like that. A sniper would be the best option for our team at this point. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, again, just going back to your comment there, Vendetta, I don't really change anything a lot. Oop, that's not right. I don't really change any X factors this year, at least, because I just don't see the point in doing all that extra work. All right, so we do get Corso, so I am actually just going to back out and see if we can somehow make the Growlers a more winning team, just by switching the coaching staff and getting better chemistry, because we will get better chemistry by doing this. So if we look at our current coaching staff, it's like, what are we looking at? Our current coaching staff fit is a 63, and if we do the little shuffle here and put the other guy in as the head coach, all of a sudden we got a 69 rated scheme fit, which is very solid. So let's see how much different the lines look just from doing that. All right, so we get +1 chemistry on that other line. Maybe we go, we could go like this. Do Belchet's in there. Maybe, no, we can't do that swap. But yeah, if we put Tuzolino up on the top line, it does change things. A little bit, at least. And yeah, again, Vasiliev doesn't fit super great, but that is okay. And I think that is going to be what we run with. As you can see, the defense looks much better. +3s and then a 0 on that bottom pairing. Like, that's great. That is a great looking defensive pairing. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine with this new coach. I'm hoping we can get him to grow. That's the only other thing I'm kind of sitting back and waiting on. But yeah, let's see how we do this year now that we have that new coach in. We didn't fire off the other coach. We just demoted him a little bit there in Corso. So all right, we win our first game, which is not bad, and then we win, and we continue winning. All right, we're 3-1 to start. Not bad. Check if DuPont likes the power play now or not. He probably does. Let's just finish this month quickly, and then I will go and check that. I do want Stamkos back in though, because he is a 7th D, so he might actually make our team at some point if he continues to grow. That was the wrong button. Yeah, over Radish, we'll put Stamkos in, because Stamkos, yes, he is a 7th D, but you never know. He might actually make our team at some point. It's unlikely, but you never know. Okay, I probably should have checked DuPont's chemistry right there, but that is okay. And Harrison Georges is healthy now. Didn't even know Marchessault was injured, and all right, we're 5-5, dead exactly 500 record over the first 10 games, 10 points. The boys are growling. Yeah, you're correct. Tuzolino's having a heck of a start here. It probably helps that he's getting a little bit of power play time. That's probably a big difference. And all right, yeah, I guess Tuzolino got injured. Cool, great, I love that. Our top scorer gets injured. Awesome. All right, how's the power play now? Ooh, very different scheme fit on the power play, but I like it. And then, yeah, DuPont loves the power play. Everybody else hates it. Apparently, that's the case. So, yeah, once we put Tuzolino back in, I'm sure that'll help a bit, at least, because, yeah, Robinson really doesn't fit, but neither do Healy and Teravainen. So, that's a little bit tricky, but okay. You know what? It is what it is. And all right, I guess Lankinen's just playing most of our games this year, so that's a tad bit frustrating, but we'll make it work, I guess. We'll throw Marchessault back in there. And all right, that is the start to the season. Not a bad start by any means. We got 12 more days to go, or 13 more days to go before we start the next round of scouting, or 12. It should be 12. All right, 6-5. Not bad. Yeah, this is a much better start than last season. Apparently, it'll be a good year for rookies again. Supposedly, last year was a good year for rookies. I disagree with that, but you know what? Yeah, you win some, you lose some. And Vinny. All right, Vinny's out. We're pretty much exactly 500 again. Belchet's leads the team with 11 points in 15 games, so nothing special or crazy there, but all right. And if Camilleri maintains his top position, that means there's a chance he could be a franchise player then. if he maintains the number 1 spot the whole year. But yeah, we are sliding a little bit in the draft now. So this would have been a great draft for, elite players to be going 7 through 9. Just saying. Or 6 through 8 or wherever they were actually going. But how's the morale looking? 64? Nice. Not bad at all. Much better than previous seasons here, so can't complain about that at all. How's DuPont started? 11 points as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. We gotta go take a peek at the actual scoring table here. Because Belchet's is leading the way, but like DuPont's right there, Vasilyev's right there, Misa's got 10 points, Levshinov's got 9. Like that's good. That is a very good start, and I'm hoping that that DuPont can just keep it going. Also, his shot just did not grow over his time in Everett. He only scored, he wasn't scoring a whole lot, so that kind of makes sense. He's got 95 passing, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. All right, back to the scouting. I'm probably gonna have to go get some food here at some point because I have not eaten properly yet today, and you guys might have been able to hear my stomach earlier is just growling at me, but he is Vasilyev's perfect line mate in my opinion. We switched it over because the chemistry wasn't so great. Why do you do that? Why does the game do that? Like, I literally selected the A scout and then it swaps to the B after. Or it swaps their spots, so then I just go down to Liga next. I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, anyways, I don't know. The game has a couple little bugs like that just don't really make sense, but all right. We will probably put Belchet's back with Vasilyev and see how that works. Because, we have tried that in the past, and it has worked when Belchet's isn't injured, but Belchet's did get injured for the vast majority of last season, and that really kind of put a hole in our plans, so all right, that's why we have 2 Liga Scouts, because we just barely made that 200 cut line. All right, we'll go there. 1 SHL Scout seems to have been enough so far, so we'll see if that continues or not. And that should definitely continue. We're getting really good scouting efficiency out of this guy. Perfect, right up to the 15th. Oh, I gotta sneeze, or it feels like I gotta sneeze, but I'm trying not to. So all right, there we go, up to the 13th. Not bad. A little bit, Vendetta. I have been keeping up with the playoffs. I haven't been watching every single game, but I've been checking the scores afterwards, seeing which players had a good night, which players didn't. That Celtics game last night was crazy. I saw a bit of that on TV. I'm late again. All good, Real Divinity. If you're creating players, that is absolutely a great reason to be late for a live stream. To be fair, I did switch the time on the stream, so that absolutely wasn't your fault at all. You were ready for a 3 p.m. stream, and we're at 10 a.m. where I am, so yeah, that was a bit of a difference there, but You got 111 players now. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Are you going off of like the spreadsheet that I had still, or are you kind of doing your own thing now? Like I'm interested to see that because yeah, there's tons of players to create, and I definitely have kind of taken a bit of a step back from just making so many of them. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what you got to say about that because I know you were really on a roll there. You're using my spreadsheet, so you're filling in all those other players that were there. Yeah, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I'm glad somebody's doing it because I just, as much as I like to get it started and get all the main guys in the game and stuff for myself, it becomes so tedious after a little while. I cannot argue against it being slow and annoying at times. But yeah, that's. Oh yeah, I guess the WHL draft did just happen too. So DuPont's in there now, and like, there's a few guys, right? Sorry. It did the draft happen this month? I think it did. Okay, no, it hasn't happened yet, but it's likely gonna happen. So, or not, it's likely gonna happen, but it's kind of kind of lined up already as far as DuPont's number one, Brock Cripps is number two, by the looks of it at least. As far as other players that I've made in there, it looks like Ozzy McIntyre's down around that 10 to 12 range. Yeah, nothing super insane yet, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, it's going to be really nice when rosters make a huge impact on how the game actually plays, and it's not just, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, most people do sim, exactly. Like, if you actually played every game, then it wouldn't be quite as bad, but that's so tedious as well to play every single game. Yeah, that would just be insane. They need a feature where attribute effects or attributes won't. I'm confused on what ARNed means. ARNed the sim. Yeah, I don't exactly understand that. Is maybe saying don't affect the sim or something like that. But yeah, all right. So we are going to throw Belchet's back up on the top line, mainly because we still don't have Tuzolino back, and that is frustrating. So once we get Tuzolino back, then we will make that change. But as of right now, that's the lineup we're going with. I'm hoping Misa can grow this year. I just don't know if he's on the right pace to actually get it done for beating out his previous rookie record. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, back to the calendar now. And yeah, DuPont with 11 points off the bat is a very solid start. So as we continue here, apparently Ryan Fanti was injured. Welcome, Ben. Welcome to the Sims. I'm glad to see you made it. Yeah, we had a time change, and my whole schedule got screwed up today. So that's what's going on. Oh no, I did the AHL thing again. 10-6-2 for the Huskies, not bad. And in the NHL, we're 10-7. So, all right, we're actually rolling this year. It's a bit of a difference from the previous year, and yet we are still second last in our division with 20 points. Cool, great, all right. It's not the worst place ever to be. All right, and we get Vinny back. So having Vinny in the lineup's going to help for sure. 18-21, that's probably about the best we've seen from Vasiliev up to this point. But we will throw... Oh, he's in there. Okay, that's where Vinny ended up. That's fine. That works for me. But we will swap him and DuPont just for now because Zamula is out. And, of course, Tuzolino is out. What is Tuzolino's injury? I never even got, like, a proper notification on that. All right, well, we're dead last in our division and kind of sitting mid-ranking overall. 19 points in 21 games for Belchets is crazy. But what on earth was Tuzolino's injury? He's out for like 4 months. I'm going to be so mad. Returning January 10th. Ugh. So that's like the end of this stretch of sim for the skills assessment that we're doing right now. So, yikes. That's just tough. That's just tough, man. All right. Well, we'll go up to the first here, and we only got a stretch of like 3 games left. We're like pretty much dead even 500 this year. So it's better than previous years, but at the same time, if we still finish last in our division, I don't think it's really going to change much morale-wise. So, yeah, there you can see where we're kind of currently at. I don't have any problem with our... Ooh, Belchets is almost a point per game. But, yeah, I have no problems with the team and the setup and the way we're scoring and things like that this year. Also, we have 2 defensemen that are 16 points in 24 games. That is awesome. Healy's already got 33 penalty minutes. Belchets actually has a lot of penalty minutes this year, too. Healy's got 5 fights already, though, so that's definitely fight night, fight club, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Jeez. All right, so that's the current kind of state of our scoring. I want to look at the division, or the NHL overall more so. We are currently not even in the bottom, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8, bottom 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th. We're 13th best odds right now with exactly a 50% point percentage. So, yeah, we got a little bit further to go in this sim before we're up to the next scouting date, and it's looking interesting, that's for sure. So, all right, into December we go. We get Igor Zamula back. With Belchez playing first line, is his discipline's far less likely to go up. Yeah, that is. But who cares goals? Yeah. Honestly, kind of an accurate comment, though. That's kind of how I feel about it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Whatever, I don't care. He's scoring goals. That's the main thing we want from him, is we want him to be a very good goal scorer over anything else. And he's been very solid so far. It's definitely improving the chances Vasiliev has on getting assists and things like such. We cannot claim Carson Lambos. All right, we win and lose. That's kind of accurate as far as what I was expecting. And are there any elites in here yet? Doesn't look like it. That's kind of expected still. But you will have to wait and see. So I only had one guy pinned. And yeah, it's Vanek, because I doubt he's still going to be low top 6 like that if he's in the first round this year. All right, Timonen's up to an 80. He only has 9 points through 26 games. Meanwhile, Samu Pentikainen is leading this team in scoring pretty much. I mean, I would bet he is. I'm not certain that he is, but he's got to be close. Yeah, he's like tied for top scoring on the team. Who did we want to put back in? Stamkos, right? That is who we were working on here. So yeah, we'll put him back in. Any growth? 4 out of 8 for Sanchez isn't amazing. Meanwhile, Fanti's had a shutout in his 21 games so far, and I did it again with the AHL. Love it. All right, let's go up to Calgary here, and we're not dead last in our division at the moment, so that's not actually horrible. And then we beat the Islanders as we usually do. And then probably, okay, we're actually winning a little bit more now. A little bit more than I expected, at least. Man, Zamula has just gotten beaten up with injuries. Like, I got no other way to put it. He's simply just getting beaten up. Kind of tough. All right, 8 points so far for Holloway, not bad. 23 for Levshinov's very good, and then 18 for DuPont at this point. So, okay. So we're up to the scouting date now. And we lose games there to come back down to 500. Belchets is over a point per game. He's got 23 goals. That's crazy. That's what we like to see. Yeah, I don't think we have had a point per game player in Marchessault with 98 points, but apart from that, that was really pretty much it. Like, we haven't had a whole lot of point per game players on our team up to this point. All right, let's get the potential and comparisons done. Oh, never mind. I simmed up to December, not January. Duh. I'm also wondering why. Actually, yeah, I was wondering why we hadn't gotten Tuzolino back yet, and that makes more sense. Okay, let's continue on here for a little bit longer. We lose Vinny again to an injury, but we win 2 overtime games and jump up to the middle of the table. That's interesting. Okay. All right, and Vinny's going to slot in on the bottom pair. Maybe perfect. Hello. There we go. All right, Holloway's up to an 82. Beautiful. We're actually getting growth out of our players this year. That's what we like to see. And we lose Arvidsson to a mild concussion. We lose an OT. Then we lose, and are we exactly... We're under 500 barely, but not by a whole lot. Hey, Vasilyev's over a point per game. Finally. It's taken him long enough, if I'm being completely honest. It has taken... Oh, yeah, so... Anybody who's freshly in the stream or hasn't been in the stream for that long, $5 on Belchet's getting a potential boost. Interesting. Have a question about my roster. What do I have Simashev as? I put him... I think I have him as elite right now, but like high top 4 would probably be a more accurate potential. But he looks good. Like Simashev is going to be the top defenseman in Utah or Arizona. Well, it's Utah at this point. He's going to be the top D-man unless they draft like a Zane Perrick or somebody like that. But yeah, he looks very good. So we'll have to wait and see. Bit of a weak top end here. I don't really like the ratings I'm seeing so far on some of these guys. Also, are we not done scouting yet? Hold on, what's going on? Oh yeah, we're at the first. Okay. I'm interested to see if Belchet's... Yeah, he might just go up to like high top 6 or something, or high elite there, Vendetta, but we'll have to wait and see, obviously. We won't know until the end of the season or towards the end of the season. But I have been seeing quite a few players this year actually end up with like high elite potential. I think it was last season when I was looking through some of the stats, I was like, wow, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of high elite guys in here, so... And I pooched that a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, we win 2 more games there, so we're 19, 16, and 4, and we finally get Tuzolino back, thank God. It's taken long enough. But yeah, Tuzolino was on a roll before he got injured. As you can see, 8 points in 7 games. He was doing very nice, and hopefully he will continue that pace, as he should be on our second power play unit there. He is indeed. And why is Vinny on the second power play? That's a great question. All right, let's put Zamula there. Yes, yeah, okay. That works for me. All right, every time we edit lines, we're just going to end up on that screen. That's cool, I guess. All right, we did lose to the Flyers, and then we lose to the Jets. And we lose to the Maple Leafs. Okay. Well, we are still trending downwards, at least as far as our team goes. But we've already won 19 games. So there's 20. So for whoever said 37? Did somebody said 37 wins, no? I could have sworn somebody said 37. Yeah, 37, Vendetta. Okay. 33 from Lemaire. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see there. All right, and whoopsie, I just went straight past the scouting date. That's gonna cause problems. All right, I don't know what I was doing there. That was just a complete and utter lack of attention. My goodness. All right, let's get all these done. That was a total mess up on my part. I guess I was just not awake there yet or something. All right, so we'll go up to, I'm going to say May 20th, just as that extra, we essentially missed an extra week there. So yeah, I will go up to that point, and then that should be okay. Okay. We get all of, was that Liga? Oh man, we get all of Liga scouted, like, no problem at all. All right, SHL, let's see. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Okay. The scouting reports are looking okay as far as we're getting lots of players scouted up to our set dates, which is great. Because the more players we can scout in that time frame, the better accuracy we're going to have on it. So there we go. And on to the east. I messed this up again. We want to go the B scout there instead. All right. Somebody was just talking about that in yesterday's stream, as far as saying we need to make sure that our players are actually being scouted by the same scout over and over again. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. A lot of 19-year-olds in this range of the U.S. Central. So that is what it is. But we get up to the 300 mark scouted, so that's good. Oops, I already did that. And there we go. That's the West. Okay. Why I did that. I only went up to the 8th. I'm really just not nailing it right now on the scouting. I gotta do way better on that. Okay. There we go. That's better. And alright, up to exactly pick 100, funny enough. And how is this scouting gonna hold up here? Not spectacular, not bad, but not spectacular. All right. So yeah, so far I would say Vendetta's probably on track for the most accurate prediction. I said like 30 wins, which we're more than likely going to hit at this point with how the team's playing and the fact that we actually have point per game players on our team this year. So 37 wins is definitely not out of the question. I think 30 wins is more than likely going to be the case. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Like, there's no specific guarantee that we don't go on a 20-game losing streak or something like that. Holy moly, there's a lot of late prospects in this draft, especially in the OHL. So that's going to be a little bit frustrating because then we're not going to have scouting reports on a bunch of these guys. And that's just going to be the case. All right. What would be the best piece to put between Belchets and Vasi? I would say, well, I mean, Misa's not bad. He's performing pretty well this year, but I would say if we had a sniping center, that would be the number one thing, but I just don't know if we're going to actually get that or not. We'll have to wait and see. So, all right, now that we're done that, I'm going to just pop a quick save file here because I really don't want to lose all of that scouting progress. And of course, you guys watched me blow right past the scouting date by like 12 days. So, all right, let's finish off the month here of January, and we win and we win. All right, 51 points. We are nowhere near the bottom of the table this year, so that is actually interesting. It's a big change up from previous years, and I'm really hoping we can actually see some growth from it this year. But yeah, we are currently, we're 19th place. We are like almost pushing playoff status, but not quite. And we have a losing record still, so. Also, San Jose is 35-15 on the season. That's a crazy record. All right. So let's simulate up to the trade deadline here this year. And all right, we definitely lost to San Jose. Then we lose to Florida. Beat the Blue Jackets. That's the name I'm looking for. And then we're gonna throw Barrett up here. Go boop. And then we're going to have Delmore starting games. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, lots of 86, 87 rated guys in our team here this year. 34 goals for Belchets is really good. That's what we wanted to see. And Delmore is going to be our starter now, so this is going to be probably a little bit rough if I'm being honest, but we'll wait and see, obviously, because we don't know exactly how these guys are going to perform, but we have an idea. And all right, Levshinov is just kind of stagnating at 86 overall, even though he's got 46 points in 54 games. That's a little frustrating because he would be a very good player otherwise. And I mean, DuPont's actually looking quite nice with 31 and 45 or in 54 games there. And he is 20 now at this point, but really can't blame him. He's looking absolutely amazing for what we're looking for. And then we have like no other defense really coming up the system at this point yet. Like they're all kind of just taking their sweet time to progress. And yeah, we got like Timonen and Pentikainen are working their way up too. Neither of them can skate worth a damn. So meanwhile, Järvinen can actually skate decently well. So yeah, we're going to have a very slow bottom six. That is more than likely going to be the case. So as we continue on here, we lose a couple games in a row, then we beat Seattle 8-2, and then we lose again. All right, you know what? I think we're going to keep Lankinen out just for now because I don't mind losing a few more games and trying to make it a little bit lower down than 19th place in the standings. We don't really want to land that far down in the draft order, but we'll see. And all right, we beat. Sorry, we're trying to win. We're trying to win games, right? That's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to win all our games. So. Are we in a playoff spot? Did I just see that correctly? We better not be in a playoff spot. Okay. Obviously, we didn't acquire a first round pick. That's fine. No, but we are like just a little ways out of a wild card spot there. We are second last in our division. We've definitely dropped down a bit based on how many losses we took recently, but Vasilyev's still a point per game. He has over 10 goals this year. The question is, does he have more than 100 shots? He's going to be close. Belchets just rips the puck all the time. So that's where those two are really getting their point scoring from. Levshinov's third in team scoring with 55 points. DuPont's sixth with 40, so that's not bad at all either. He's actually ahead of Healy, which I wasn't entirely expecting. But yeah, for a low elite, Andy Healy's really turned out to be good. Tuzolino kind of just not fell off with scoring, but just wasn't scoring or hasn't been scoring as much. 20 points in 30 games is tough for him because he was looking really good there for a little while. Who are the highest scorers in the league, though? I am interested in that. Sam Reinhart with 89 points. Jeez. I'm sure, yeah, Will Smith's high elite now, so that's helping for sure. This is what I was talking about, though, with the high elites. Like, Cole Eiserman's a high elite. Thought 69 points for Levchinov was a high estimation. No, not really. Not really. He hit 59 last year, so with a much better defensive pairing or defensive partner this year, it's not actually that surprising to me. God, I forgot San Jose. Look at this. San Jose's got a high elite in Frondell, so we definitely messed up a little bit with Misa, but you know what? It's okay. You guys picked him, so we're going to stick with him. But yeah, that one probably would have been nice had we taken the time to develop him. But oh well, you win some, you lose some. And for the entire league now, we are still not in the bottom 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're top 14. Like, we're just out of the playoffs. So, meanwhile, the Islanders are the worst team in the league now. So that's a new one. But, all right, let's continue through the rest of this season. We're almost done here. We got a month and a bit to go. And we'll see what we can do here. So, we lose Sherwood to an injury, and then, all right, we lose a game there. We lose Delmore to an injury, so that means Lankinen's going to be back in, so we're going to be winning more games with the better goalie. And, all right, we do get an OT win there, but then we lose 6-0. Oh, my goodness. 6-0, that's not helping the scoring paces at all. Now Vasilyev's down to 66 points in 68 games there. Vasilyev's going to time it out just perfectly to hit exactly 69 points again. Kari Teravainen got spin cycle, so that's a fun one. And I think he also got magnetic too. So that will help out a little bit. Anything else new here? Not really. Levchinov is at 56 points so far, so that's very solid. And all right, we lose to Dallas, but then we beat the Senators, and the Islanders fire their head coach. Not surprising on that front. Timonin's up to 82 overall. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Justin Brazeau is still rolling along as the captain. How about the point total here? This is not bad. 41 and 69 for Timonin. And then Pentikainen with 51 has now broken his point total, so that is awesome. He does not fit. Unfortunately, Vendetta, he does not fit. Here, I'll show you quickly. It's not that he doesn't fit. It's that for whatever reason Misa doesn't fit. It's like, okay, well, why is that the case then? Like, it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, I just don't understand this lineup. It just really doesn't make sense to me as to how it works, but you know what? It is what it is. So as we continue on here, we're at the Boston game. We win that one 2-1. And yeah, now Misa fits. But, Grachev would be very nice. I wish we could get him. We won't get him more than likely. But there is an elite playmaker down here in Matanen. So that's something. Low elite in Franzen. Okay. We're waiting on Vanek, but he'll probably have a potential change here pretty quickly. And anybody else yet? Oh, there we go. Another low elite. Kyler Hewson. Not a bad looking player. And yeah, for first look, it's not looking too bad. We'll have to wait on I don't even know how to say that name. That is a strange name for sure. But we'll have to wait on that guy to see if he's actually a gem or not. Shepard's apparently a gem goalie. That might be worth pursuing. We'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, we have Sanchez, but, is Sanchez really going to be enough? Probably not. We'll have to wait and see. But you know what? Top 9 around the 160 mark isn't even that bad on potential. There's just not a whole lot else going on down here because we just are still waiting on the scouting report. So yeah, that's the first look. It looks okay. Tumo Tarvainen. Zachariah Wyman looks pretty solid as a two-way forward. But yeah, obviously if I got my choice of player, it would be Andrei Grachev this year, as he's one of the first snipers we've seen in a while. But we might just be going with a Hannu Matanen or somebody like that instead. We'll see. We'll see what happens, how the cards fall, which players we actually get a chance at. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to play out. So that was the first look at the draft class. It should be an interesting one this year. I'm just not entirely happy with the group that we're seeing there, but it is what it is. All right, our defense is looking nice, though. I'm very happy with our defense. All right, as we continue on, we have no idea how that Philly game turned out, but we lose more of our games than we win. Yep, and that's kind of expected. Aya follows out with an injury. And all right, we have 79 points, putting us ahead of multiple teams. But yeah, we have just about hit that 37 win mark. Vasilyev is back over a point per game. He's actually got 12 goals, meaning he probably had to shoot the puck a bit. And he's at 95 shots with 5 games remaining. Can he do it? Can he put one shot on goal per game? Is that possible? We'll see. All right, Philadelphia is the best team in the league right now. That's crazy. But they do have a pretty sick setup there, if I'm being honest. So the race is on. Exactly, yes, as far as the... what do you call it? As far as the... shooting race goes, yeah, for Vasilyev. As far as we go, we do have a top 10 chance right now. Actually, I think we'd have to be 24th to have a top 10, because that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So yeah, very, very slim chance that we have any lottery luck this year, but we're definitely outside of the playoffs as well. So we'll see how these final few games treat us, if we slide up, slide down, what's going to happen exactly. Nobody knows, but all right, we'll finish off this month, and we took another loss there. All right, so let's finish off this season here with probably not much of a bang, but we'll see. All right, we lose to the Golden Knights. Aya follows back, so we are actually going to throw him back in the lineup there, because Halifax is doing quite well this year. And you know what? Maybe we should go with Snively, actually. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. IFL has been good for us in the past there. Ooh, Belchets is up to 88 overall. And he has 74 points this season. That is fabulous. All right. Against St. Louis, we lose Ralph Delmore to another injury, but we win the game. And then we beat Colorado. And then we beat San Jose to end off the season with a 37 exactly. 37 wins. What a prediction there, Vendetta. But a 37, 34, and 11 record for 85 points, the highest in franchise history up to this point, if I'm not mistaken. Most definitely. We blew it out of the water by 10 points this year. So our previous high was 75 points in our first season. So man, oh man, year 6 goes honestly not that bad for the Newfoundland Growlers. Oleg Vasilyev is over a point per game. He doesn't score another goal, but he does break 100 shots. What a man. He does get it done there. And hey, 76 points as well as 53 goals. Hold on, I scared myself for a second because Vasilyev's profile popped up and I was looking at the potential on Belchets. And it was like, whoa, hold on. But yeah, no. Belchets at 6.6 million. Yes, please. And also 61 points for Levshinov. So pretty close there. He definitely set a new record. DuPont actually did get caught by Healy there in the end. But 47 points for Landon DuPont. Not a bad start to his NHL career either. Nothing super special, but not bad at all. So we will take it. Holloway had a 25-point year. He was actually +9, which is amazing on 26 minutes per game of ice time. And then there's your goalies. Delmore was the bad one for sure, which I'm not exactly opposed to. But yeah, that was our team ratings. Here's all of the forwards if you guys actually care. If you don't, fair enough. It's really more so for me and my spreadsheet inputs after the fact. But there's the defense. Exactly the top 3 guys you would expect. All, of course, top 5 picks. So not surprising they are there. And that was the goalies. So yeah, not bad at all this year. As far as the top scorers in general go in the league, Morgan Frost had 108 points. That's crazy. He's elite somehow. I don't know how Morgan Frost hits an elite rating, but okay. He caught Sam Reinhart. Reinhart was amazing too. Same with Pasternak, Rantanen, Besser. Pretty much all of those guys were just killing it this year. Best goal scorer was Tage Thompson, tied with Austin Matthews. So that is interesting. And Ethan Belchet's actually. So there you go. Belchet's that's crazy. 53 points, outscores Cole Yzerman, meaning he's probably gonna get a rating boost here or something. Like he should. 53 goals is insane. He just doesn't pass the puck quite as well as those other guys, but yeah, there's all your top scorers for this year. Ryan Rubrick is up there too on Dallas. That kind of makes sense actually. Best rookie this year was Alexis Joseph. Prab Batal was in there as well. Yeah, well, he looks good. He's an interesting player for sure, he's got Shrug It Off as well as Bounce Back, so interesting stats there. Joseph just looks amazing, but obviously we'll take the defenseman any day of the week. As far as not Raphael Roach, but as far as Landon DuPont goes, we're taking that. I know Joseph is higher rated right now at 88, but who cares? DuPont is going to be possibly one of the best defensemen in the league in the near future. And then Kopecky and Witt and a few of those other just steals from a few years ago. Ooh, there's Lars Hudson in. Well, he was on Carolina and now he's in Vegas, so that's an interesting one. But Beertis. Ooh, Dominic Beertis looks really good too. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to be a problem in the future. Yeah, that's a nice team there in Vegas. So those are your rookies there at least. As far as the goalies go, Carter Hart had the most wins, even though he got injured right at the end there. Skinner was actually pretty good too there. That's kind of a little surprising for me, but oh well. Pavel Mintyukov leads all defensemen scoring this year. Had it not been for Cale Makar getting injured for part of the season and missing a bunch of games, he probably would have been the top defenseman again. But yeah, Mintyukov is your guy this year. He looks very good as a top 2 D-man. Bouchard has 1 T, which, kind of makes sense, actually. And then Pionk was up there with 63 points, and then Levchinov was just outside. Well, he was a top 5 scoring defenseman, tied with Cam York and Charlie McAvoy as well. But, yeah, Levchinov scored a lot this year, so that's very impressive. Who's the best plus-minus D-man in the league? Rasmus Dahlin. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then playing with Bowen Byram. Not really surprising by any stretch there. So there you have it. How did Tukio turn out? Ooh, Tukio looks really good. I know he's defensive, but still. Yeah, wow. Okay, so there you have it. That was the stats for the NHL this year, at least. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the AHL is done as well. But here was all the scoring from the NHL standings. It was okay. Nothing super crazy out of the ordinary. We definitely had a much better year. If Levchinov ended with 69 points, Vendetta, yeah, you would have been spot on all your predictions this year, but Philly was just so good. Oh my god, they must have beaten up on the Islanders a whole bunch. And there's the Pacific Division. Not bad. As far as final standings go, we finished with the 22nd place spot, so that's not bad. 6.1% shooting makes you gag. Honestly, yeah, fair enough. Don't blame you for that one. That is kind of gross. But yeah, we were definitely out of the playoff spot by a little ways there, so no problems with that. Philly and San Jose are your top 2 teams this year. And yeah, Vasiliev finally got over a point per game, which is so nice. But this year, we finished with 99 points with a 47, 30, and 5 record. Not a bad season by any means, but also nothing super crazy in the AHL at least. For the Pacific Division, I think, yeah, Ontario was probably. Yeah, 112 points. Were they better? Yeah, they were better than Laval. 118 in Lehigh Valley, so the Flyers organization is just having a year this year by the looks of it. They had a really good season there. And then for the Central, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms are the best team in the league, along with the Philadelphia Flyers winning the President's Trophy this year. So that's crazy. That is crazy to see. How about Marko Järvinen with 67 points this year? Not bad at all. That's what we were waiting for. That's a much better season from him. I'm really impressed with that. He's played, 4 years now? 5 years in the AHL. And he's looking like a grizzled veteran down there now, which is awesome because he is only 23. And then, Timonin's looking really good too. He had a 50-point season, so that's about all we can ask for. As far as the rest of our forwards go there, nothing super crazy on the scoring front. Defense, Connor Mackey was just by far the best defenseman on our team. George has actually had a 34-point season, which is an improvement from his last two. And Millman, didn't really grow. So we're definitely still a little short on some of the defense. Danny Briere is cooking in Philly. How about 47 wins combined, though, for Ryan Fancy and Caden Sanchez? Sanchez actually had a pretty decent rookie year for the Huskies. I'm fairly impressed with that. So that was the scoring for our Huskies team in the AHL. The best scorers in the AHL this year were Zion Nybeck, Alex Newhook, Gabriel Frasca, Ludwig Enroth. Oh, yeah, I forgot they got Enroth way back. So, Enroth's looking real nice in Edmonton there. I guess Bakersfield at this point. But, those were your top scorers. As far as the goal scoring goes, Jesper Fast had 39 goals. Enroth was right up there, too. Donovan Iginla, no relation whatsoever to any of those other guys. But, hey, Samu Pentakainen gets in the top goal scoring again. He's actually quite a good shooter considering he doesn't have amazing shooting stats. So that's good to see. And then there's the rest of your kind of top end scorers. As far as best goalies in the league go this year, Mrazek won 40 games in Rockford. That's crazy. Where was the top goalie for Lehigh Valley? I guess they must have been splitting goalie time. But Cale Fleury was the best scorer for defense. Drew Doughty's still down there at 39. He's just not quite good enough to play in the NHL anymore. Cole Hudson's on the Laval Rocket after being traded from Buffalo, so that's crazy. And that was the AHL this year, so pretty interesting group there as far as AHL players go. I can't complain at all. Actually, hold on, I want to see exactly where we finished in the standing. I'm going to say we finished around that 10th to 12th range, somewhere in there. Ooh, between 10 and 12, exactly. 11th, not bad. So, that is the regular season. Super solid year from a ton of guys this year. I'm not upset at all with how this season has gone. The only thing that would have been nice would have been if we were right in the top of the lottery again. But, again, your team pays for it as far as progression and things like that go when you have to actually... or when you land a top-end pick. So keep an eye on Rory Culp. He looks pretty good. And then, apart from that, not a whole lot in the first round or two, really. So, ooh, hello. Paul Boos, or just Booze. Paul Booze looks pretty good. So there are going to be opportunities for us to draft decent players. But we are still waiting on quite a few scouting reports. So, ooh, here we go. There's a steal. Hugo Fucali. He looks good. Elite winger. That'll be awesome. And then, of course, Sawyer Saunders as well. He's going to be a late elite goalie. That could be extremely beneficial to us. All right. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing a little more each time we look at the draft here. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to really kind of nail down all of our picks and where they're going to be, but not bad so far. Pat Archer actually looks like a pretty solid player. We could maybe pick him up if we don't see any other options because well, it'll probably no, we won't get a shot at Griffin Anderson's. Unfortunately, that would be a player I would like to go for, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Unfortunately, Dizyuk, I kind of figured he was gonna be low 6. There's a steal. Logan Gore looks pretty good, so might be a guy that we draft as well. We'll have to wait and see. And then a top 9 at 290, Wilson Likens. We'll possibly be drafting him as well. So that's what we're looking at so far for the draft class. Obviously, we got more scouting and stuff to do, but I am very glad that Oleg Vasiliev was finally able to achieve a point per game status. And 85 points in the regular season for our team is not bad at all, actually. So, all right. Now we just get to sim. Well, actually, we're going to go watch the AHL playoffs again. That's going to be... Honestly, we're probably going to do this pretty quick. I might do calendar. We won't do calendar sim. We'll just advance quickly. So, all right, we got the Utica Comets in round 1, and we're going to lose game 1, 3-1. Game 2, we lose 4-1. Not looking great here. All right, into game 3, and we're out in 3 games. All right, kind of figured that was going to happen. We were like the 3rd or 4th seed in our division, so unfortunately, we're just out like that. That is what it is. It happens sometimes. So, man, I would love to win a top 2 pick. It's not going to happen. It's literally, I think it's physically impossible that we win a top 2 pick at this point. We could win a top 3 by moving 10 positions, but yeah, that's pretty unlikely. So we'll go up to the middle of May here. I think I went up to May 20th or so, and then we'll have 1 month to do some final scouting. But pretty good season here. I don't know if you guys thought the same or not, but I felt pretty comfortable with how our team did overall. It was the right trajectory of progression. Like, we are moving in the right direction slowly and steadily. Busenius actually looks really good too, so we might be drafting him. Shepard also looks good. Man, there are goalies galore in this draft. Everyone send Go Daniels your energy. Thank you, Vendetta. Yes, exactly. We're sitting here just praying that the good karma of the lottery is going to go our way yet again. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously. It probably helps that what's his name? Probably helps that Peaceful isn't in the stream right now. He's been the as we were saying, he's been the bad luck charm for the lottery as far as we lose the lottery whenever he's watching it. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. And all right, not really a whole lot else. A whole bunch of starters, which we have more than enough starters. We're looking at elite goalies, and that's it now. Top 9 players, there's a lot of them. My goodness. So yeah, Schmidt probably isn't going to be a bad option either. So yeah, that is what it is. That's where we're at right now. So, all right, let's continue on with the sim. We're almost at the 20th of May, and we've got Iowa and Lehigh Valley in the finals for the Calder Cup. We've got San Jose, Colorado, and then Boston, New York for the other sides there in the NHL. And we get to do our final scouting reports here. So this should be a good range of hopefully finding the last few players that we're waiting for potentials on. And not great. All right, so we get Popov, up to Popov scouted there. And 372, okay. What do you guys think? Do we go for a Hannu Matanen as another potentially elite player, or do we go for like a top 6 forward with our pick? Like what kind of pick and player are we even going to be looking at here? Because I'm not sure what we're going to be looking at. We should get some pretty good depth steals out of anything, but aside from that, I don't know exactly how this game's going to, or this scouting and draft is going to go. Go with the elite playmaker probably. Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. I just didn't know what you guys were thinking. So, all right, Braden's left a comment there at least, so somebody's got something to say, which is great. Anybody else? They're still a great player even if they don't play in the top 6. Yeah, I can agree with that. 2 top 4s laid on. That's interesting potential. Perfect. Okay. Well, we get some pretty decent Liga scouting done there. Let's see how this is looking. High fringe starter. That's a potential you don't see too often. So that's an interesting one for sure. 3-year medium fringe starter on Lundstrom isn't bad. We're going to scout this Peters guy. And then we just get all the late ones. Beautiful. Alright, so maybe we'll get some potentials on those guys. Who knows? My cat just jumped on the counter. Hold on, guys. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my cat just like jumped up on the counter and was trying to eat some food, so we cannot have Stanley doing that. He already eats enough food as is, so honestly, this guy doesn't, like, Rory Culp doesn't look bad apart from the fact that he's small. That's pretty much it, so Culp could be an option too if what's his name isn't there. If Matanen isn't there, but we're right in that kind of range for Matanen. You never know. Ruchin, yeah, he looks okay. Anybody else? Joseph looks okay. Yeah, okay, we'll just scout these guys out because why not? Depends on how good their skating is. Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair comment as well. Alright, we'll only get 3 players scouted in the DEL there. Blum looks really good for a player. Like, I know he's a power forward, but he's just loaded on X factors, which is crazy. You don't normally see that. Yeah, he's going to be nice. Obviously, we're not going to get him because he's going to get taken way too far off the board from where our pick's going to be. Alright, so we get 3 players scouted in the East. Let's see how the other section here is looking. Pat Archer might be an option. Probably not, but you never know. Of course, there's that elite goalie in Shepherd. And then a whole bunch of, nothing, but just very few accurate scouting reports. Alright, so we'll scout Howard with our next scout. Okay, I guess we'll do that one. Potentials just aren't really great in here, if I'm being honest, so. Alright, we get the central done. Now we go over here. Alright, well, at least we had everybody scouted. That's a good thing, for the most part. And the Q is going to be the interesting one this year because we have some players that look good, like Gaspard Parks actually looks quite solid. It's the elite in Foucault, who's going to be probably really good, but we'll have to wait and see how, or if and how he develops. Labruniere might be good. I definitely am going to scout Caden Picard as well, and then we'll do Hawes, and that should be it. Alright, and then let's see, we got down past Hawes. And then, yeah, we just got no scouting reports on this, like, 180 range or so. So we'll get those 3 guys scouted with the other Q scout, and that should be okay. And wasn't this Ben guy good, too? Yeah, he also looks good, so Chase Ben, maybe another option. Again, another offensive guy. At this point, we probably want a defensive guy, but you know what? Paul Boos, yeah, we're not going to get the chance at him, probably, unfortunately, but he looks pretty good, too. Ariel Cappy will get another report on. Houston looks good. Busenius looks good. There's a couple other starters and decent potential players in there. And then we will... This guy Strudwick's a new one. I did not notice him before. So Julian Strudwick is another guy that we will keep an eye on. And then, alright, for whatever reason, we just didn't get a scouting report on one of those guys. And then we'll do, I guess... Not Kadri, not fair. Yeah, no, we'll just do this Lawton guy next. Ah, that doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Okay, so Lawton will be part of one of the next rounds of scouting. Where did he go? I went way too far. Okay, so there's Lawton. Moss has got... What was that? Moss has got no scouting report. Skip that guy, do that one, and then that's probably it. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do 206 onward with the last scout. And there we go. Alright. Okay. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I just don't understand why the scouting reports come back so randomized sometimes. Like, there's just players just haven't been scouted, yet other players in between them have been. I'm like, I didn't skip ranges. What's going on here? Like, I literally went one player down to the next. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't always explain it. It sometimes just tricks me even into thinking, like, how the game works properly. Harrison Calder might not be bad. Right scheme fit, but wouldn't be in the league till he's 24. So that kind of stinks, but yeah. Also interesting on Aaron Spooner there. So we'll start with Spooner on the next scout. So we'll scout him. A couple low 6s and stuff like that. Uriel Wolinski will definitely scout. Oops, I did not mean to back out that quickly. So yeah, the call on the draft is if we get the chance at the elite player, go for him. But if we don't, then I don't know who's next. Paul Boos, maybe. Like, that could be an option. Oh, that's why that's going one day at a time. That makes more sense. All right, and then we'll go 244 onwards with our last scout, and then that'll be it. So yeah, it's been a pretty solid season. I'm fairly happy with the progression here, but we'll see if we luck out and have some kind of lottery luck after all of the years of lottery luck we've had so far up to this point. And okay, let's finish this off, see how the playoffs and the awards go, and then that will be it for what is episode 13? Yeah, episode 13 of the live, or of the edited version of this, and then after that we will get onto the lottery and the draft and everything. So this year the New York Rangers and the Iowa Wild are your cup champions, and let's go view some awards and stuff. Oh, Vasilyev finally broke a 90 overall. Let's go. All right, so here's the playoffs for this year. Toronto, of course, out in 5 to Boston behind the sign that you can't really see there. But yeah, the Bruins would go all the way to the conference finals and lose to the Rangers. The Rangers beat the Devils, Ottawa Senators, Boston Bruins, and then finally San Jose Sharks. San Jose was right there. As far as the AHL goes, Iowa was able to go through Rockford, Milwaukee, Calgary, and then Lehigh Valley to win their respective playoffs. As far as awards go this year, Nybeck wins the Sullenberger, Newhook wins the Cunningham. The Marsh obviously went to Fast. St. Jacques in Rockford wins the Red Garrett there. Fleury, look at that. The Fleury brothers win back-to-back Eddie Shores. That's really cool. Vejmelka wins the Baz. Phillips wins the Butterfield. Nybeck wins the Hunt. Kuzman wins the Dupree. Shogard wins the Hap Holmes. And then Nybeck, of course. Or we already did Nybeck with Sullenberger. All right. I did not mean to take a screenshot there. That was my bad. All right. As far as the NHL awards go, Art Ross obviously went to Morgan Frost. Same with the Hart. Pavel Mintyukov finally breaks Cale Makar's streak and wins the Norris Trophy. Frost also won the Lady Byng. Alexis Joseph won the Calder. Mika Zibanejad won the Conn Smythe. Stuart Skinner gets the Vezina this year, as well as the Jennings along with Olivier Rodrigue. Michael Kesselring wins the Masterton this year. Generous there wins the Jack Adams in Calgary. Sebastian Aho wins at the Selke for the second time in his career. And then Morgan Frost gets the Lindsay, and of course, Tage Thompson. Look at that. They actually did a 3-way shared award. That's crazy. I've never seen that. Actually, well, I guess I have, but I haven't seen a 3-way shared award where Belchetz, Matthews, and Thompson all won it. I'm going to put Ethan Belchetz as the top scorer on my spreadsheet, even though he had the least amount of points out of everybody. But they had McKinnon and Ovechkin the year before as well, which is super cool to see that players can actually tie for the award. So yeah, that is awesome. We actually get an award winner there in Ethan Belchetz. What do you know? What do you know? So awesome. That's a big dub. The Vezina will get renamed. The Stash. Oh my goodness. That's an interesting one. Okay. All right. So now that we are pretty much up to June here, we're going to just advance another day or two. Belchetz rocketed. Yes, he did. Quite literally. All right, so we'll go up to the 17th, and we will call it a day there. So that is what we're calling episode number 13? Yeah, this is the end of episode 13 for everybody watching on the edited side of YouTube. So thank you guys all for watching there, and I will see you all in the next one. And of course, live stream, we're going to keep going. You guys know the drill. Most of you should know the drill at this point. I think we've got a few people kind of dip on and off and like miss sections of the stream when I'm going back and forth. But yeah, overall, we're looking for, of course, the final puzzle pieces. That's what this one's called. But as we get to the draft here today, it should be a good one. So let's ramp this thing back up, get the edited intro done for episode 14. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanios here. Welcome to episode number 14 of this edited Draft to Glory franchise mode series here on YouTube. We are still here with the live stream, but today we're going to be getting into the 2029 NHL entry draft. As we finished way higher up in the standings than last year, we had that point per game player in Vasiliev finally after like 5 years of not having a point per game player. We also finished just, unfortunately, outside of the bottom 10 in the league this year. So bottom 10 would be there. We're 22nd place. So we'll see how the lottery gods treat us this year. There's a very, very slim chance that we actually win a lottery, but let's advance and see how we do. So here we go, and we did not slide at all. The Vegas Golden Knights moved from 9 to 1, though. That is a crazy win for them. Of course, all those other teams between the 1 and 8 range all slide down 1. And we will pick at number 12. So, a much different approach than previous years. You could have sworn you saw an Elite D at 22. You might be thinking a low Elite D. I think that's probably what you're thinking there, Vendetta. But, yeah, bit of an interesting lottery. Obviously, just having one team slide way up the picks. But all those other teams should be super annoyed at the Vegas Golden Knights because they just pulled off highway robbery in the lottery. So they will get the top defenseman there, and they needed a right defenseman. So that is good for them. And all right, let's advance to retirees here. We will actually go take a look at the draft class first and just see what else is there. So yeah, obviously there's Matanen. That's the elite player that we probably will just miss on. Rory Culp wouldn't be a bad option for us either. So those are kind of the two-ish players we're looking at in that range. Afterwards, yeah, so you probably saw Franzen there. Vendetta, that's probably what you're thinking. Paul Boos would be my dream pick for a second rounder, but we probably won't get him. We might get Bremberg, unlikely there too, and then it'll probably be either Zaitsev or like Nichols or Lieb or I don't know, somebody along those lines. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we won't know until we actually get into the draft and go to make our picks and stuff. Cappy did not turn out to be an elite defender, whereas Houston is guaranteed an low elite power forward, so not a bad option there. Lebedev as a 20-year-old doesn't look that bad, but there's a few gems in here. Buscenia slid way up to 71, so we likely won't get to pick him either. That's very frustrating yet again. But then there are other elite guys down here in Fucale. We'll probably take Hugo Fucale because if he can develop into something, then that would be amazing. And then we might want Shepard. I'm not certain that we're going to get a chance at him. But there is a Felipe Byers in here too that looks pretty good. Again, just ahead of where our picks are, so it's going to be almost impossible to pick everybody that we want. And then Logan Gore looks pretty good as a right D, so we'll probably take him with one of our later round picks. And then anybody else apart from that? Doesn't look like there's too many guys. Oh yes, Calder. So Harrison Calder looks pretty good. And anybody else? Oh yeah, there's another one there, Strudwick. We did see him too. Doesn't fit our system quite as well, but that's okay. And a couple top nines there. Schmidt looks okay. Ooh, medium elite and Saunders is way down, so we should be able to get Saunders with probably our 7th round pick. We'll have to wait and see. But Walensky, we just didn't really get a scouting report on, unfortunately, so that one kind of stinks because I was really hoping we'd get a better view. Ooh, actually, you know what? Milan Sekras looks like a very good pick too. So we will probably work backwards on our picks to kind of figure out where everybody else is going to get drafted. Omark is yet again there, but just doesn't really look like he's going to be anything super crazy or special. And, all right, another low elite in Kulikov, potentially. No guarantees, but potentially. And, all right, is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's the extent of our scouting. We're not going to take like an Ulbrecht who's a low 4 that far back, but yeah, that's what we're looking at this year. So let me just go to all the pin players I have, and then we can start to work backwards once we actually figure out where all our picks are going to be. So yeah. But there are options. There are definitely options this year. Okay, so now that we're into retired players, I won't write those down, but we'll take a good hard look at this, and we'll see Malkin, Kopitar, Panarin. Panarin could have kept playing. He's 88 overall. That's crazy. Artemi, buddy, you just scored 91 points. What are you doing? Man, we never actually got a chance at Artemi Panarin. He was just always signed to his contract. That's tough because he would have been a great undrafted player to add to our potential repertoire of players on this team. But he calls it quits there at 1,203 points and multiple 1,000-plus point players as Erik Karlsson eventually ended up in Edmonton. That's really funny. But yeah, there are all of your players for this retiree class. And then for goalies, Freddie Anderson, Semyon Varlamov, Robin Lehner, all 200-plus win goalies, so that's crazy. There's the best defense. Not a bad group. I believe at one point we had Troy Stetcher, didn't we? So yeah, that's another player that used to be on... Did he used to be on Halifax? I thought we had him on Halifax. I guess not. I could have sworn we had Troy Stetcher. Maybe that's That's my bad, I guess. But yeah, as far as other undrafted players go, like we might have had a few older guys retire this year. Yeah, it looks like Lomberg, Calle Rosen. We lost Calle Rosen. He's been very good for us. And then Joe Snively, I'll call it quits there. Did we lose any goalies? We did not this year. Okay, perfect. So that's the retiree class there. A few big names. And all right, we head on to the draft here. So go figure, Ryan O'Reilly became a coach. That kind of makes sense. Doesn't look like we lost anybody to retirement for coaches, and that is all good with me. And we're just going to continue simulating here because we don't really need to do anything else. As far as our trade block goes, again, we cannot make trades, so it does not matter. And let's see, what did we get for growth? Ooh, yes, please. That looks very good. Oh. Tuzolino dropped to 84. Ouch. Ooh, that's not great. That's really not. To be fair, he got injured. Like, he did not have a good year. So Wade Tuzolino is going to need some propping up here as we head into the future. But hey, look at the top guys. We got some nice growth from the system this year. I am not complaining about that. It's just more so that we had certain guys really take a dip. Ooh, okay, Jorg Kirka, I see you there. 77 overall, nice. Actually, yeah, he had a big season. 42 points in 51 games in the DEL. Like, that's massive. So yeah, Kirka is going to be good very soon. I'm very excited for him. We'll have another defenseman to actually put in our team. As far as the goalies go, let's see, nothing super crazy. No insane shoot-ups in growth there, so that is what it is. All right. Yeah, we got those 3 franchise players, but Misa's also kind of snuck his way into that top 3 in rating. And then, yeah, big year for Vasilyev. Hopefully he'll continue to grow as he is only 24, and DuPont being 85 rated at 20 is very nice. Belchet's, though, I'm surprised he didn't get a potential boost considering he just won an award. Yeah, and they don't even give you potential boosts for winning playoff or for winning awards and stuff. So, you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, with pick 12, we're going to be picking, let's see, I'm trying to kind of mental math it out in my head here. So we're going to be 12, and then if we add 33 picks, it'll be 45, and then 78, and then 111. Yeah, we're gonna be in some weird spots this year for the draft compared to where we've drafted in the past. So, all right, we will start off this draft. The Vegas Golden Knights obviously will have the top pick. We're gonna be all the way back here at number 12, which it is what it is. But yeah, gonna be a little bit trickier this year to really land some top end talent, because we haven't, or not that we haven't, we just don't have picks in as prime positions as we have in the past. So there's our pick range. That's what we're going to be looking at here. And all right, I'm just going to let this kind of sit for a minute or two, and I'm going to plan out the pretty much entirety of the draft here, and we'll see how our picks are looking from there. So all right, at pick 12, I mean, preferably we're going to get Mattinen, but we'll have to wait and see. Calle Rosen came in and stole our hearts. Yes, that is very true. He was a very, very important player for our team over the years. So we're going to grab Saunders with our 6th round pick, I think. Medium elite player, we might as well. And then I think we're going to take Sekras with that other pick afterwards, like the 7th rounder, but Liga goalie, definitely a hybrid. He's big too, 6'3", 203 is a nice size for a goalie. And then we will take Milan Sekras with the last pick of the draft. He's probably going to be a low 6 knowing my luck, but a center / left wing sniper. He is tiny at 5'8", but 171 pounds and 18 years old. Doesn't look that bad, honestly. So, all right, for other picks that we're gonna grab. I mean, obviously, I would love Mattinen. He's got C-rated skating, so that's not particularly great. Not exactly what we want, but we'll make it work, I guess. And then let's see. We're definitely grabbing Fukale. He's going to be with pick number 78. Because, again, medium elite player. Could I check out Franzenmore? Yeah, we'll definitely look at Franzenmore. I just don't think we'll be able to draft him, unfortunately. Like, just where he is, he's at pick 34, which is just super tough. So, yeah, he looks okay. C- skating, though, isn't great. And he has the shoot and pinch, which is, like, not really fitting our system too well. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. All right, Camilleri goes first. He's an 80 rated right-handed D. We didn't really need him, so I'm not exactly like upset that we didn't get him or anything, but that's a good pick for the Vegas Golden Knights. And he was a right D out of the USA. I don't know. I don't actually know what range he was in. I think he was probably in the East. Actually, Camilleri, no, he was in the Central for sure. All right. Yeah, I'm not that I'm struggling on where we're going to pick players. It's just more so that we're just going to miss so many good players. That's what's kind of bugging me right now. I think we're going to take Rory Culp, probably. Because, yeah, I would love to get Paul Boos, but I don't think he's going to be on the board at 45. He's ranked at 39, so, yeah, he'll be gone by then. But yeah, I'm thinking Culp's probably going to be one of our picks for sure. The only reason I wouldn't want to take Culp is because there's going to be lots of D-men further back in this draft, and that's kind of the only thing that's making me hesitate, is that there aren't a whole lot of forwards. We're getting one forward there for sure in Fukale out of the queue, but he's again a two-way forward, and it's like, well, we have quite a few two-way forwards already, and then if he does grow and turn out to be an elite, then great, but at the same time, like, where are we going to put him in the team, right? That's kind of the thing. So we'll probably take Kyler Hewson with the second round pick at 45. I think that's a good use of that pick. And he's probably going to be a power forward. I would love if he was a sniper somehow, but more than likely a power forward at that build and size. And 189.18. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so then we have these two other picks here at 111 and 144. 111 will probably be going with I'm thinking Logan Gore, probably. Maybe not. Maybe a lefty instead. Let's see. Are there any lefty? Not really. Okay, so out of all the D, I think we'll probably end up getting a Harrison Calder more than anybody else. Islanders take Grachev second, and man, he looks good. Yeah, Andrei Grachev's going to be a heck of a pick, or going to be a heck of a player for the Islanders now that they've picked him. But yeah, looking at the rest of these guys in here, like Gaspard Parks doesn't really fit our system. Culp would be a good fit. I don't really want to take Teal when there's like other one-year ETA or like NHL ready guys on the board further back. I would almost rather pick Boos like way off the board, take him at 12. What do you guys think about that? Would it make sense to take Paul Boos as our 12th overall pick? Because he would probably just get thrown straight into the NHL. That's what I'm thinking. And I would take him over Franzen. I would take him over some of these other guys. And like, you know what, Zaitsev, I wish we could get him. We won't. Yes, go for Paul Boos way off the board. Like, I'm down. I don't have anything against doing that because he looks pretty good. Charles is saying yeah as well. Okay. I'm listening to you guys. Like, it's an idea, but yeah, that could work. I'm a little hesitant to take 4-year ETA medium top 4 defensemen in the second round because they just never seem to develop. Or yeah, we're taking Houston anyways, I guess, so that second round doesn't really matter. But you know what? I am totally down. I am totally down to take Paul Boos as our first overall pick. Call him Boozer. I think that's just a fabulous nickname. Plus he would slot into kind of our middle six range, and he's big, he can shoot the puck. He's obviously a well-rounded player. He's got Vladimir Tarasenko comparisons. Like, yes, please. And I know it's not quite gonna be the pick that we wanted necessarily, but hey, if he's that big, he's 6'3", 200 pounds, 18 years old. Like, yeah, I think he's gonna be good. Yeah, I just don't care for top 4D when you could get a great center now. Yeah, that's the thing, is we could get a great center now, or like a great winger now, right? Um, and while what's his name up top there, Rory Culp. Yeah, well, Rory Culp looks good. We already have two really high end right D men. He would literally be playing a 5-6 role, and I think that's a waste of a pick on him because I think he would be better somewhere else. You could get a better player now. Yeah, player, not center. Yeah, exactly. Well, we might get an elite center, and you never know. But Cunningham goes third, so no picks off the board yet, really, which is what I was expecting. But yeah. All right, Grachev goes second. He was a KHL winger, and then Grant Cunningham. Also a right D. Lots of right D in this draft. Like, that was this is a different draft than last year by far. But yeah, we got the lefty last year in Holloway, which was huge. And all right, I'm not stuck, but I'm just trying to pick who I want to pick at 111 and 144. Those are the two other picks that we have still. And I'm like, I don't really want Gore, even though he looks so. Actually, that's the thing, is like Logan Gore we could develop into a 5-6 D-man. He would be defensive, which if you have character and work ethic as strengths, then he's probably going to be okay. Busenius we're not going to get, unfortunately. As much as that type of elite goalie would be nice, we're just going to get Saunders later on instead, who's probably going to be almost the exact same rating. E-skating, he's useless. Yeah, and that's the thing, is we're not really going to find D- skating on Calder. Like, we're not going to find very good skating defensemen later on in the draft, but it's really more a matter of, can we develop them into good skating defensemen, right? Like, that's kind of what it comes down to. And while they might not sim amazingly well, if they can put up block shots and things like that, like Vinny Desharnais can't skate very well, but he's still a force on our back end because of other things like shot blocking. So we just don't have a lot of other options besides Gore and Culp, and not Culp, but like Gore or Strudwick, or guys like that. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, is that we got to take somebody here. We won't get Byers, unfortunately. He also can't skate very well at all. Calder's a little bit better, not much better, but yeah, we could go. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be Calder will be pick 144. I'm thinking, but I would prefer a lefty there, and we just don't have one. Actually, let's let Columbus make their pick quickly here. Wyman's super good looking as far as the 2-way forward goes. These are all 80 rated guys off the bat. Like, geez. Calder looks usable. Yeah, he's an offensive defenseman at least, so he could be better. Let's just go view the potentials one more time in here, because I might be missing something. Okay, we got all the elites, like the high elite guys scouted. Omark, maybe, like, he could play lefty, but that's a risky pick. And then apart from that, how high can a player jump in potential, and how does it do that? Usually they jump kind of one potential at a time. I think the highest I've seen from year to year, they have to have an absolutely like ungodly season and jump by like 200 plus draft rankings from one year to the next. I've seen a couple players go from low six defenseman to low elite within 1 year, so that's two potential ratings up. And like I haven't drafted them because I have my old like last season scouting report on them saying, oh, this guy's a low six, and then he gets drafted, and I'm like, what? He's low elite? What? Like that wasn't what it said earlier, kind of thing. So, yeah, I think that's the highest I've ever seen players jump in potential. Usually it's kind of like progressive, so they'll start at a medium elite, then they'll become a high elite if they have a couple really good seasons, and then maybe they'll become a medium franchise guy. Like it does that more so. Sometimes guys like Lev Shinov in this series so far, sometimes guys will go from medium elite up to like low franchise, and it's like, I don't understand why they jumped like that, but they do. So, yeah. Yeah, you saw the low franchise, you're like, wow, and exactly, like, I don't understand how that even happens, but it does sometimes, and you're just sitting there like, what? Why? Like, why are guys growing like this? Like, it doesn't make sense to me, but, yeah, the other thing that's kind of annoying with the low franchise potential too is sometimes guys will hit it early on. They'll hold low franchise right up until they're like 26 years old, and if they hit 27, then they become exact potential. So they'd just be an exact franchise defenseman at some point. But if that doesn't happen, then they'll hit 26 years old and drop to a low elite like that season, and then you're just sitting there like, great, now I just have an elite guy again. He's not franchise level like I thought he was. Paul Lindsay looks okay. We could take a top 9 guy with pick 111. I don't know if you guys are thinking the same there or not. Like, I don't know if we should take a top 9 forward. Like, it's okay potential, but again, these guys are going to take a while to grow. Like, Paul Lindsay would probably be the pick that we'd be looking at there. But we could go with Cam Lundin as well. But we are going to take another... Ooh, hold on a second. Pittsburgh just picked Blum 5th overall. Man, oh man. Really? You're going to skip on Niskala even though he's fallen at least 2 picks. Hold on a second. Are we going to have some kind of crazy draft fall? We're not going to make it to 12, obviously, but like, hold on. There is something going on here. There's something strange going on here that I don't normally see. So, all right. I'm going to get these last 2 picks in on the board because I keep track of the top 5 with my spreadsheet. And Zachariah Wyman. It's a center out of... I guess they just didn't want a center, so... Which is very strange because normally... Oh, actually, yeah. To be fair, Blum is that X-Factor loaded guy that we were looking at going, oh, he looks really good. But yeah, Pittsburgh goes for him. But that's an interesting pick because they skipped on an elite. So let's see, does he go next? No, he doesn't. Anderson's goes next. Man, he's going to fall to the LA Kings, isn't he? Yeah. Man, Niskala falls to 7th. What? That's crazy. St. Louis and Pittsburgh both just absolutely passed on a top-end elite center. That's crazy. All right, Ben is a 74. Okay, not bad. Ruchin was only 64. Yeesh, that's a bad pick. All right, and then Ali is 72. Hold on. How many players are left on the board now? Mattinen's next. But you know what? We could get Pat Archer as well. And he's a sniper. As much as I really like how Boost looks, I think we might have to go with Archer instead. If he's available there still. Because I think he's going to be. But what do you guys think? Do we go Archer over Boost, or do we go Boost way off the board? Watch him fall to 11. I wish, Vendetta. I wish. Because then if he'd fallen to 11, we probably would have gotten Mattinen. But I get the feeling Arizona's going to grab Mattinen here. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's call a timeout. All right. The questionnaire is in session, chat. We have a big decision on our hands here. Do we take Hanu Matanen, who doesn't look all that particularly great apart from being medium elite, but his stats are okay, they're nothing insane. But do we take Hanu Matanen, which we don't really need another elite center by any means. We definitely are in need of a sniper, because we hardly have any at all on our team. I don't know if we've drafted a sniper up to this point. Hold on, let me go look at the draft board for the last. Yeah, let's see. No sniper in year 1, none in year 2, none in year 3, none in year 4, none in year 5. Yeah, we have not drafted a sniper yet. I think we're gonna have to. What? Okay, chat. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Because we could take another medium elite, Hanu Matanen, center, playmaker, medium elite, gonna take 3 years to develop, whatever. Or we take a 1-year ETA guy that we can throw into the AHL immediately. He'll probably grow enough to make the NHL within a year. But then we risk that, a team like Tampa Bay or Detroit, good on centers. Your team Archer, he'll be sick in the NHL. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, is the name Archer as well is super cool. Like, what's his first name? Pat? Yeah, Pat Archer. Like, yeah, he could be really cool. And he's got Relentless already, meaning he has better opportunity to grow additional X factors. Obviously, he's not Paul Boos. And while Boos looks great, we don't need more left wing two-way forwards or just really any winger two-way forwards at this point. So, yeah, okay. All right. Everybody's saying Archer for the most part. I think that's the right decision with pick 12. Like, yes, we could get a potential steal in the future in Matanen, but I'm with you guys. I think we need a sniper at this point. Even if he's going to slot in on, like, our third line, who cares? Like, we need a sniper. So, all right, let's go for it. Let's do it. We have to take him here. So we'll take Pat Archer. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to put you guys in suspense, and I'm actually just going to take a break here for a couple minutes, and then we'll pick Pat Archer. But I've got a phone call coming in, so I will be right back. All right, we're back. I had to just troll you guys a little bit there because we were I had a phone call. It was my girlfriend. My girlfriend phoned me right in the middle of it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that call quickly. So, all right, here we go. Pat Archer will become the first ever sniper drafted by the Newfoundland Growlers in year 6. Let's do it. We're passing up an elite center on the board. And Pat Archer's 75 rated. Nice. And he wears number 95. I like it. All right. He's going to be awesome. Oh, Nigel wants out. Okay. He followed me in when I... Oh, your claw's stuck in the bag. There you go. Okay. Bye. But yeah, Pat Archer looks good. Yeah. This is the type of player we needed. We were very much lacking this type of player. And all right. Does Matanen go... Matanen go? Yes, he does. And he's only 64 rated, so I think we made the right choice there, taking Archer. I'm quite happy with that. So, beautiful pick. That's exactly the type of pick that we needed. And yeah. yeah, left wing and right wing sniper. That's literally perfect. Literally the perfect type of player. And he's big too. Yeah, I got 0 complaints about that pick. That is for sure the pick we wanted to make, and we do get it done, fortunately. So, all right. Yeah, I was really worried that we weren't going to get Archer, but all right, let's go over to pick 45, and where's Paul Boos? There he is. So yeah, Paul Boos was 79 rated as far as he was NHL ready. We missed on Franzen there as well, which was kind of expected. But yeah, Paul Boos would have been a great pick too, apart from the fact that he's a two-way forward, and we just don't really need two-way forwards on our team anymore. Culp was 77 overall, so maybe a miss there. I don't really think so, because we have defense that are coming up the system and growing already. And all right, now that we're here at round 2, we could potentially look into some other pick besides Houston, because we do have a lot of power forwards too. Honestly, Justice Glass, that's an interesting name. He is 20, but he's also 2 years out. He's got A-rated puck skills. Not a bad option. A lot of these defensemen and players just cannot skate. So that's a bit of a negative option there, but I think we have to go with Houston. I know he's C- skating, but he's also a 3-year ETA low elite, and we've had low elites become medium elites before, so I think that has to be the pick. As much as we could take another sniper for the bottom half of the team, I just don't think we really need to. Like yes, Ezra Kovalchuk could be an option. Yeah, even Boost would have been right, but we'll take it. Real Divinity, I back again. I went down to go get munchies. When am I streaming tomorrow, Mark? We're gonna do 9 a.m. again tomorrow because I work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, we're gonna do 9 a.m. again, and that should be good. All right, are you guys all kind of set on? Are you guys all set with me on Houston? I think he's the right call. Again, a winger that can play both sides again. I think that's the right call. So, what do you guys think? Gotta be ready for tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, Real Divinity. Sounds like you are getting all loaded up and ready to go. That's awesome. That's what we like to hear. All right. Because, yeah, we're not going to take Kovalchuk. I'm going to go with Kyler Houston here. I think that's the right pick. All right, we're going with Houston. And Houston is... Oh, he's a grinder. Ooh, that was unexpected. Okay, we'll take it. A bit of a different approach. I wasn't expecting a second-round grinder. But you know what? We can make it work. Kyler Houston looks okay, actually. So, all right. That's an interesting one for sure. For sure. To find a job in Vancouver this year, yeah, I bet. My goodness. Jobs have just kind of been awkward to find in general this year. Like, I've been looking for a job too. Like, I'm obviously I'm working, but I'm looking for a job as well. And yeah, it's been pretty slim pickings out there for new job opportunities. Glass was 68 rated. Ooh, okay, kind of a nice player there, but you know what? We are just fine passing up on him. I really don't. I'm not worried about it too much. We got a low elite grinder instead, so instead of a 68 rated two-way forward, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. That's not really much of a difference. All right, so we're over to pick 78 now, and I'm not even gonna hesitate on this pick. We're just gonna go straight up and pick Hugo Foucault. Again, left wing, medium elite two-way forward. That's why we didn't take Boost. That's why we took Archer instead. But at 49 overall, not super spectacular, but we'll take it. That's 2 left-handed Canadians in a row there, which, you know, is what it is. Nothing crazy, nothing stupid either, though, necessarily. So, all right, and over to pick 111, which is now where it kind of comes down to spur-of-the-moment picks, because I don't know exactly who we're taking. I would have loved to have gotten Felipe Byers instead, but, you know, he wasn't really ever an option for us. And then, let's see, there was an elite goalie that must have gone off the board. Lyles was actually pretty good, 71 overall. Lockhart was only 52 rated, and then Shepard there was 58 rated. So, yeah, Shepard was a very nice pick there. All right. How do I have everyone scouted? Solo, go watch. There's like an hour and a bit long video on my channel. It's an NHL 24 scouting tutorial. I highly recommend you go watch it because it tells you all the exact techniques to get everybody scouted. It is tedious, but it's worth it at the end of the day when you can look at a draft like this and avoid what is probably 24 draft misses. So, yeah, I would highly recommend you go watch that. All right, I think for these next 2 picks, we're going to go Calder is 19, so that's not amazing, but we'll still pick him. So we're going to go with Calder for sure. And then I do want to go with Logan Gore still, just because sometimes defensive defensemen can turn out. And we're going to do that over a starter because Saunders is going to be available later. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm going to pick Gore. I have a good feeling about him. I don't know why, but I do. It's probably a mistaken feeling, but whatever. We are still pretty slim on defense as far as our prospects go. And all right, he's 50 overall as a defensive defenseman, so nothing crazy, but you know, he's big at least, 6'2", 205. And at 18 years old, you know, that's really not the worst pick we've ever made. So we'll take it. I know it kind of went against what some of you guys had said, but you know, the big Norwegian there looks okay. So, all right, over to pick number 144, and this is now where we'll take Calder. But let's see what we missed. Cam Lundin was okay, nothing crazy. Lindsay was okay, again, nothing crazy. And that 8 rating difference in a year is what we'll hopefully see Gore make up, so it doesn't matter in the end anyways. But they still have to actually make it that far. So, all right. Yeah, no, really not a lot there. We kind of knew everybody else that was getting picked in that range, and we didn't really want them. So, yeah, now we'll take Harrison Calder. He is 19, so that is a slight difference from all our other picks so far. But playing in the dub, another right D. This time he's offensive. He's a little bit smaller, 6'1", 191, and 19. Let's take him. All right, Harrison Calder is 56 rated. Okay, not horrible. Not horrible at all. He's actually the 3rd highest rated player we've drafted today, so we will take it. And he's number 90, so that's an interesting one. All right, so on to 177. When am I streaming tomorrow? 9 a.m. So we will be right on time. That's going to be a bit different from today. Obviously, today was a bit of a crapshoot as to how it went. Strudwick was okay, 54 rated, so a little bit worse than Calder. But I'm okay with that. We didn't necessarily need both of those guys, as they're very similar builds. Ooh, there was an enforcer defenseman there, which you don't see too often. All right, and next up, we are going to take... We could take Schmid. We could take... We're definitely going with Saunders, because why wouldn't we? He looks amazing. And yeah, he's going to be good. I'm really excited for Saunders. He might be the future of the crease, honestly, in here. So, right-handed Canadian, then a left-handed Norwegian. All right, so Sawyer Saunders, welcome to the team. He turns out to be 47 rated, so the exact same rating that we drafted Caden Sanchez at. And Caden Sanchez we took in the 2nd round. We get the same goalie, essentially. To be fair, Sanchez was also a Norwegian goalie, so interesting there as to how that's all kind of played out. But yeah, Saunders, number 33. I like that. Okay. But yeah, Sawyer Saunders we get in the 6th round might be one of our biggest draft steals if he develops properly. So we'll have to wait and see. And then for other picks in between Saunders and our final pick of the draft, let's see. Not a whole lot. Like, of course, a few top 9s here and there that we had seen. Schmidt, Lupul, yeah, like nobody that was really anywhere near that elite status of player. Hanu Ramo is going to be a great pick for whoever gets him. But for our final pick of the draft, we are going to take Milan Sekaras, a left-handed Czech player out of Extraliga. And he is low elite, only 47 rated as well, but you know what? Getting a low elite in the 7th round is always a steal. So we will take it. What a draft that is. And he is a sniper as well, which is awesome. So if he can grow, then we're really going to have quite the player on our hands there. But yeah, we'll simulate out the rest of the draft here nice and quick. Apparently nobody wants a goalie. There we go. Ramo finally goes off the board. But man, oh man, like you look at the picks that we actually managed to snag here. Like before Fucali, we got Archer as a top 6 forward that's 75 rated. And then we got Ken Hewson? Kyler Hewson, sorry. We got Kyler Hewson as a low elite grinder, which, you know, low elite grinders are always interesting ones because sometimes they just like progress super well and then other times they're just horrible. So we'll have to wait and see how he turns out. He's got 2-star skating, which is actually a good sign because usually it's just their puck skills that don't develop very well on grinders. Everything else can develop pretty well. So, and then, yeah, of course, there's Archer, who just looks fabulous. 4-star shooting, 3-star skating, 2.5-star puck skill, senses, defense, and then just 2-star physicality, but he's big, so that's not going to matter too much. So those are our first 2 picks, and then you can see the rest there down on the lower bar of the board. We did just great. We did just fabulous in this draft. So yeah, we'll continue simulating ahead on these last few picks. There's not a whole lot left. Another top 9 and Silverthorne there goes. He's okay. Nothing crazy, obviously, but yeah, that's it for the draft pretty much. Like we just got a few more picks to go. Yeah, I see your Real Divinity. Glad you could stop in and watch some of the stream today. Love having you in the comment sections, and yeah, awesome. All right. So yeah, we're pretty much done this draft. The only other thing we might do is get to free agency and the re-sign phase and stuff in this episode. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're leaving off to. Ooh, Lycan's actually turned out pretty good. He was a sniper as well, but obviously not as good as Sekaras because he's not low elite. So yeah, we got the only low elite of that round, as well as, you know, he can play the wing too, which is always a nice skill set. But we'll finish up the draft here with the last pick, and bottom 6 forward, and Craig goes there. But there is our draft. We actually nail our picks, considering that we were picking 12th in every single round there. So I'm quite happy with that. I hope you guys are as happy with that as I am, because that was a pretty good draft still, considering, like, all things considered. We could have gotten an elite in the first round, but I am much more happy with the players that we were able to acquire. And I think they are going to serve us a lot better heading into the future here. Okay, so we're locked and loaded there. That was a great draft. I think we really snagged some good players. And then, you know what? I do want to show you guys the progress reports too, because we did have some growth from players that we did expect, some players we didn't expect, and it's looking really good now all of a sudden. So, all right. Yeah, it looks like Tuzolino just really struggled from that injury that he had this year. And that's okay. You know what? It happens. It happens to the best of us. But yeah, Raimo Timonen is looking real good now. Delmore grew 0 ratings, which is kind of what we expected. To be fair, he is going to be just essentially a backup goalie his entire career. Pentikainen grew nicely, so he's up to a 78 overall now at 24. And I think really we're going to start to get to the point where we just start feeding all of our draft pick players that are high enough rated we just start feeding them to the NHL as far as, oh, you're 77 rated, you're only 2 ratings lower than some of our D-men, you're playing, kind of thing. Like, this stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking we're going to sign Pat Archer straight out of the draft, honestly. Like, we'll send him to the AHL for a year, but I think that's probably the right call, unless you guys think otherwise, but I don't see why we wouldn't. Like, he's looking good. He's one of the best draft picks we've had in a while that wasn't an elite player that just went immediately to the NHL kind of thing. So we get some decent growth there from guys like Castles, Engel, Gaudreau, Sanchez, the other Sanchez, Harvey Sanchez. Calder grew pretty nicely. Boblev didn't really grow, which, that's kind of expected. Swanson's up to a 59, so that's not bad. Of course, we're going to give Swanson the crazy stash here in just a moment, but 67 points in 70 games, very solid stats there. Calder had 19 and they're both playing on Kelowna, funny enough. That's actually really cool. And then Saunders, obviously didn't grow at all. He didn't play any games, so he's got a good chance to really become something over the next season. And same thing with Fucale, as he didn't really play. He did play, but he didn't play much, which is okay. I've got nothing wrong with that. So no games for Voinov. Yeah, he was in our system and just didn't really get the opportunity. And all right, apart from that, Svitov, same thing. Yeah, all right, so that's the system. I don't know what you guys are thinking about the system. If you think it's looking good, if you think could be better, let me know what you guys are thinking about our team in the comments below, obviously. So, but yeah, we're on to the off season. We've got, oh my god, more than a handful of scouts to re-sign, so this might become expensive here pretty quickly. I get the feeling, a lot of those scouts were top-end scouts too, so they're more expensive than usual or what you would expect. But the bush is growing, I'm content. Fair enough, Vendetta. Yeah. We did give him playtime this year, so that definitely helped with his growth. But we do have some players to re-sign. We're going to try to hit an 8-year deal on Järvinen. But we got Michael Misa and Kari Teravainen coming up as the next kind of set of top players that we need to pay out. Levshnov's at an 87. I'm happy. I'm happy where he's at. He had a great year this year. He's progressively gotten better and better. And yeah, I've got nothing wrong at all with how he's played up to this point. So, all right, a whole bunch of guys there that essentially made up the bottom 6 of our team that are just not going to be there in the upcoming year or so, maybe 2. We'll see. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to try to sign Samu Pentikainen and Marko Järvinen to 8-year deals of $1 million or so. Honestly, if we get Pentikainen for $900K, that would be fabulous. All right, we'll try that. And Järvinen wants 1.5, not even 1.5. We'll go 1 point. Let's go 1.3. Give him the extra 75K. And I think if we do those 2 signings for sure, those are kind of the big ones coming up here, but the big ones, they're not even big contracts. So yeah, Marko Järvinen, 8 years at 1.3 million. That's great. And then Samu Pentikainen. Pentikainen had a heck of a year. And yeah, 900K for Pentikainen would be possibly the best contract we ever write. We are going to sign Jorg Kirka here because he's ready to go. I'm thinking we sign Archer too. What do you guys think? Do we sign Archer? Do we not? What's the chat's opinion? Do we sign Pat Archer straight out of the draft? I don't think it would be a bad idea. Kuiper did not grow. That is very unfortunate. I was really hoping he would take off as a third-round pick, and he has not. He has not at all. So, a little bit unfortunate there. I really don't think... Yes, all needs the... AHL needs the oomph. Yeah, I'm like, all needs the oomph. Everybody needs an oomph. Okay. Do we sign Sanchez? I'm thinking maybe not. He's low 4, so... Yeah, sign him to the AHL. That's okay. That's exactly what we're going to do. Pat Archer will be an AHL player to start the next season, and then we will go from there. So, all right. Let's start going just position by position kind of thing. Well, not position by position, but like we'll do the forwards, look at all of them, see how many players we have, where we need to sign more guys. So right now, we have our top 6 locked in, essentially, minus the Misa and Teravainen contracts, which will be coming up here to pretty much just start year 7. I'm going to predict Michael Misa gets the bigger contract. Just simply based on his performance up to this point, and he's slightly higher rated. To be fair, Teravainen got better year to year as well, so he should request a decent chunk of money, but obviously he didn't score 63 points either. So, all right, those will be the other 2 big ones once those guys are locked in. But let's see, what else did the chat say? Nothing else there yet. Okay, that is all good. But okay, so we have the top 6, and then we have all these other guys. So Timonen's number 7 for the forwards, and then we have Pentikainen could be 8, Järvinen 9. And then we're still missing depth. We still just don't quite have enough depth, but we could within a few years, or even 1 year, maybe. But yeah, I think for now we keep these other AHL guys up to 1-year contracts, just do a bunch of cap filler with them for this following season, and just call it a year, give them their payouts, and say thank you for all of your service for this team through all of the bad years of hockey that we've played. We appreciate you. That's why we're paying you out, kind of thing. So we'll go 1 year. Let's go $3 million for Barabanov. I know he's pretty disgruntled right now, so maybe the money will change his mind. Sherwood was actually okay this year. I did not mind what he was able to do there with 29 points. And all right, we'll get a bunch of these AHL guys signed up too, not to like extensive deals, but just enough for like 1 year, $1 million kind of thing. And then they'll probably all retire within a season, so we'll wait and see. Savan, we're going to sign to 2 more years. That's fine. I follow. Same thing. All right. And that's pretty much it for forwards. So, yeah, we do re-sign pretty much all the forwards. As far as the defensemen go, Sean Walker doesn't want to play for us, and I'm going to tell him, too bad, Sean, you're playing for 1 more year. Actually, he'll probably be our big payout guy. So we'll see what kind of money we have left over. As much as we want to sign, or Vinny wants to play with us still, I can't go on and continue to sign him year after year after year, even though he's been absolutely massive for us here as far as hits and shot blocks and all those things go. We can't re-sign him because he's not an undrafted free agent. So that's why we're going to do Dylan Coughlin instead. We'll do Igor Zamula. Zamula will go 2 years at 2.5. Nothing crazy or massive on those contracts because we just simply don't need to. We will sign Declan Carlisle, Connor Mackey, Darren Radish. Just get like all of those guys signed, and then of course we got Kirka. Like we have a lot of defensemen. We just don't have a lot of depth on the defense. They're all AHL level guys for the most part. So that's kind of our current situation. I am thinking this upcoming year we say goodbye to Kevin Lankinen, as he's now 34. To be fair, he only won 21 out of his 48 games, so that's actually pretty solid. Ralph Delmore, on the other hand, won 11 out of 29, which is a slightly better ratio, but I guess we'll keep Lankinen around for 1 more year. Go $2 million for him. And then, of course, we'll do Barrett and Fanti, unless, do we have anybody expiring? We do not. Okay. Svitov will be the next guy we probably buy out. But yeah, we'll do Barrett for sure here. Sign him to at least one more year. And then, of course, Ryan Fanti for 2 more. So, there you have it. All right. That's pretty much it for the re-sign phase. Extend, not re-sign. Oh, sorry. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's an interesting call, Vendetta. We'll see what he's asking for, because if he's asking for like 7 million or even less than that, then I would absolutely sign him because he's already 88 rated. So, yeah. Are you saying though that like you're thinking we should maybe try to pull a offer sheet on him? Is that what you're saying? Because we could do that. I know Michael Misa was voted in by you guys over like Anton Frundell and a few other guys that maybe would have fit the system better, but you know what? If that's how you guys are feeling, we can do that. I don't really want to do that because I think our top 6 is pretty set already. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about, do we dare try to do an offer sheet on Michael Misa and just light him up, have him get like a 100-point season, and then have him asking for 10+ million and a team signs it and we get 4 first-round picks kind of thing. Like, I don't know what you guys are thinking on that. Usually that turns out to be the losing end of that whole situation, because usually if you're losing the 80-something plus rated player, you're not going to get draft picks that actually live up to that same status, more than likely. So, all right, we get a ton of players back. I think we got almost everybody. Okay, Coughlin actually rejected, so that was interesting. But we get pretty much everybody else apart from like 2 players, maybe 3 players. So, all right. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we'll release Vinny because we need to clear up the roster space. We'll sign Coughlin to a 2-year. You know what? He didn't want to sign before. Let's go 2 years at $3 million. And then we'll do Sean Walker, slap on a 1-year contract that's just a monster contract to keep him on the team. And it'll be like 18 mil, something like that. Let's go 19 mil for 1 season for Sean Walker. If he doesn't accept that, then we're going to call him insane. And yeah, unfortunately, Rogers didn't really grow a whole lot this year. For a second-round pick, I really had high hopes for him, and just hasn't really taken that step yet, so maybe we'll see that this upcoming year. We will have to, obviously, wait and see, but yeah, not looking super great there. All right. So let's advance one more day, and we should get pretty much all of our other scouts done and ready. Looks like it. All right, we get everybody. Perfect. All right, I think we're ready to go. All the way up to free agency, at least. Let's see who the pending free agents are. Yeah, okay. That's not a bad strategy there, Vendetta. I do like how you're thinking. The only thing that I worry about is that it is going to stunt his growth, which it might not. Nobody really knows, but any undrafted guys? Ilya Mikheyev, that could be an interesting piece to add. That would actually probably make our team a lot more competitive than it currently is. We could sign Frank Vetrano, which did he play for us at all? He did not. Okay, so 2 options here. We got 23 million cap space, so I think we just slap on 1-year deals to Mikheyev and Vetrano and roll with it. I mean, Trevor Moore definitely played for us, didn't he? No, he didn't. What? Okay, who did we... Oh, we got Lazat instead. That's why. Okay. So 3 options. For pretty good depth, too. Unfortunately, I don't think we have the roster space, now that I'm looking at it. Actually, we might be able to clear up the roster space. Let's see what we can do. Because essentially what we could swap out is guys like Mathieu Olivier and like Ben Myers and like guys like that are guys that we could move out of the team in exchange for much better players. So I think that is going to be what we do. We'll just do like some very quick buyouts here. Hey, Joe. Hey, buddy. And yeah, we're just about done the stream here. So what we're going to do is we'll buy out some of our really low-end old players. So guys like Alex Iafallo, who's 67 rated after his last year. Hello, Nigel. What's going on? So yeah, we'll buy him out. He's going to cost us pretty much nothing. Oh, really? Really, really, silly Billy. Come here. Come here. Alright, at some point Nigel will jump up here. But we'll buy, Iafallo out. I think we'll probably do Tyler Johnson as well, because he only put up 26 points in the AHL this last year. So yeah, we'll buy him out too. Hello. There is Nigel. I don't know if you guys might be able to see him. Not really, not quite. But Nigel. Oh, he needed some dad time. That's what's going on right now. If you guys are looking at the Boston shirt, it's because it's a Bobby Orr shirt, okay? I'm not a massive Bruins supporter or anything like that. It's simply because it's Bobby Orr. All right, so we are going to buy out Tyler Johnson, and then for the final one, we'll probably do Mathieu Olivier. And yeah, if we do him, then that should be good. Yeah, let's do Mathieu Olivier as our final buyout player. That'll probably allow for some additional movement and such in free agency here. Good jump, Nigel. All right, so yeah, we'll simulate up to free agency. We'll sign those three players as far as Mikheyev, Vetrano, and why didn't Kaylee Lowry renew? Huh? That's kind of unfortunate. I really want to sign some of these A-rated scouts. Gradden's a B, B minus. Okay. Alright, we're going to go with Sylvain Dadonneau. And then, of course, on the trade block, we're going to take everybody off yet again because stop. But yeah, there's your values on the top players on our team. They're looking pretty good. And then we've got guys like Kuiper and Fukali coming up the system as well. Archer looks really nice. Järvenen's got that great contract for the next 8 seasons. Tiemanen's going to be really good soon too. I'm excited for it. So, all right, let's first off, what was the other thing I was going to do? Let's first off go and adjust the operations budget a little bit because we need more scout salary. So that should be good now. And then we'll go and deal with all the arena operations here in just a moment. But first things first, we're going to jump into free agency and make the... Oh, Logan Hensler became a free agent. Really? Okay, Islanders, way to go. You pooched that one. Uh-oh. I may have just cleared up roster space for nothing. It sure looks like it's going to be the case right now. Oh, man. Okay, well... That is very unfortunate. I was really hoping we'd get at least 1 or 2 of those guys, but I guess not. Alright, well that kind of stinks. Yeah, okay. So not what we wanted to see was zero undrafted players that we were just looking at like 3 days before the re-sign phase. I guess we'll go with Logan O'Connor then. Drop him a 1 year, $20-something million deal. Maybe not quite 20. It'll be like 18. All right, and then all right, that's our one contract filler. We should be good after that. And now that we're actually at free agency, let's go view these contracts. Heading out, Vendetta. All right, no worries. Have a good one. Glad you could stay for as much of the stream as you did. It was awesome to have you on. All right, Misa's going to be $8 million. Yeah, it's a little steep. It's a little bit steep. Versus Kari Teravainen as a second-line center at $5.5 million. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really nice. Okay, let's get the calculatrice out here. And, all right, bada bing, bada boom. All right, 0.85 times 0.475. Oh, excuse me, should be a $4.6-something million deal. We're just going to go 5 on the dot for Kari Teravainen because he has been good up to this point. He hasn't been spectacular, but he has been more than good enough. So we'll go $5 million exactly for Kari Teravainen. If he signs that, fabulous. And then Michael Misa wants $8.3 million. It's a $7.055 million deal, meaning we can get him for $7.075. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think I'm going to sign that. I know Vendetta was saying, oh, play Misa on your second line for a bit, let his contract demands go down, but that's the thing is if he does well on the second line, his demands are still just going to go up more. Signing a $7 million deal for the next 8 years is like a Nick Suzuki type of deal. So we're doing it. And I have no issues at all with that. So, all right, those are the big name contracts that we're doing. Apart from that, yeah, we don't really have a need to do anything else. So, bada bing, bada boom. Exactly $12 million for our two centers. Like our top two centers. Yes, please. We are going to be able to build such a deep team in the near future because of how we're setting this up that it's going to be nice. What'd you say? Exactly. That's what I was thinking, Lemaire. Yeah, exactly. $7 million for the next 8 years. Michael Misa is going to surpass that 88 rating in no time. He's surrounded by great players. So, yeah, I've got no issues with that contract. I think we're going to be just fine with that one. So, all right, that is pretty much it as for what we're going to be doing in today's episode. In the next episode, we will advance a little bit further ahead and get more of the regular season going. Like we're at the point now with our team where we're starting to push for contending status. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually do that, where we're going to end up, if our picks are going to be good, if we're going to have a bad season, things like that. And yeah, I think that is where we are going to be wrapping up this video and live stream. And it was a good year again. Like I'm very happy with how the team performed, where our players progressed to, which guys saw lots of growth. Of course, Tuzolino was kind of the one disappointment of the year, which really isn't that bad because we're only paying him $3.1 million right now. So it's going to be fine. But that is where we are going to leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. It really means the world to me for you guys to tune into this live stream and watch with me, or just watch me play the games, because it is making a massive difference for the channel and the views and everything. Like, the channel is growing because of these live streams, and it has been awesome to watch. So thank you guys all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next live stream at 9 a.m. tomorrow.